देखा जिसको वो रूप सामने आया, जिसे दुआ में मांगा था, आज से को पाया। पूरे हुए सब अरमान, सच हो गया फसाना। मेरी खुशी का रोको ना है ठिकाना। उसके थन के खुशबू मेरे सांसों को महकाए। चंचल शोख हसीना मेरे सपनों में आए। एक चंचल शोख हसीना मेरे सपनों में आए। मुझे एक झलक दिखला के वो मेरे दिल का चैन चुराए। मेरे दिल का चैन चुराए। होठों से मदिरा छलके, ढालों पे हैं अंगारे। फूलों की जैसी खिलती जवानी, नैना नशीले हैं खजरारे। होठों से मदिरा छलके, ढालों पे हैं अंगारे। फूलों की जैसी खिलती जवानी, नैना नशीले है खजरारे। जैसे नागिन भोले ऐसे चले भड़का के, मदहोश कर दे मुझको देखे जो वो शर्मा के। अभी खुले जो जुल्फे उसकी घटा।
Good afternoon and welcome to the Ken Rampersaud Show here on Island Zone Radio. Enjoy the song. The man Anthony Persaud doing great things. He is from Guyana.
किसी शायर की गजल बाहें उठा के ले अंगराई, दिल में मचा दे कोई हलचल। झील में खिलता एक कमल, वो है किसी शायर की गजल बाहें उठा के ले अंगराई, दिल में मचा दे कोई हलचल। परियों की वो शहजादी, चेहरा ही भोला भाला, देखा ही जब से उसको मैं हो गया मतवाला यही दुआएं मांगो हर पल वो मुझको मिल जाए चंचल शौक हसीना मेरे सपनों में आए मुझे एक झलक दिखला के हो मेरे दिल का चैन चुराए मेरे दिल का चैन चुराए
Well, a very pleasant good afternoon and welcome to the Ken Rampersaud Show here on Island Zone Radio. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. I got to tell you guys, the temperature is not bad. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed the day. Today's show is a very special show that's very dear to my heart. And I have to tell you why. Um, I have to tell you why. Because you know what? I am from Guyana, and as a nurse from Guyana too, and a good human being, I want to call myself. So many children, mother died from childbirth, both mother and child. And it's really, every time I hear somebody dies from Guyana, it really breaks my heart. So, I thought to myself for many years, it has been sitting in my brain some corner. How do I, as a nurse, as a talk show host, help and contribute to see if we can even save one mother and one child? Um, you know, and the thing, it keep bothering me, and I'm so glad that I get a very special guest from Guyana who is we're gonna help and talk about this. The show is not to bash anybody in Guyana. We're not gonna point fingers at anyone. What we're gonna do, we're gonna try together with her years of service and her education. We're gonna try our very best to see how we can help and educate our people, especially in the beloved Guyana. How can we save those young mothers? And what the thing that tickles me the most, I'm like, here it is, you're pregnant, both parents, both mother and father, they're happy and they want to get their baby. And next thing you know, you get a message that the baby dies or the mother dies or both of them die. And so we have to educate our young girls and see how we can really help, and in what area we can help. So today I'm going to talk to Marjorie Arjun. She is a nurse from Guyana. I'm waiting for her to tune in. I think she is having some problem getting on to the live. I will have to play another song soon so I could send her back the link that she can get on and we can get to talk about this. And maternal and infant death rate is in Guyana are among the highest in the Caribbean and Latin America, despite some progress over the last 2 decades. We also know that things are improving in Guyana and that we able to save these children. Also, I want to tell you guys that in 2017, the maternal mortality rate ratio for Guyana was 169 death per 100,000 live birth, and maternal mortality rate in Guyana fell gradually from 226 per 100,000 live birth in 2003 to 169 per 100,000 birth in 2007. I know that Guyana, we are trying our best there to see how best we can help the situation in Guyana. So I want you guys to pay attention, and I'm going to try to get Nurse Arjun on the live so that we can really talk about what's going on in Guyana. In the meantime, I'll play a nice song for you guys so you can hear a good tune from us. Okay? You are watching the Ken Rampersaud Show here on Island Zone Radio.
राम गजब धाये ये पुरवैया नैया संभालो कितने कोई को कन्हैया हे पुरिया के आगे चले ना कोई जोर जियारा रे झूमे ऐसे जैसे बनमाना मोर सावन का महीना पवन कर सोर जियारा रे झूमे ऐसे जैसे मनमाना मोर सावन का महीना पवन कर सोर जियारा रे झूमे ऐसे जैसे मनमाना मोर राम गजब धाये ये पुरवैया नैया संभालो कितने कोई को खवैया राम गजब धाये ये पुरवैया नैया संभालो कितने कोई को खवैया पुरवैया के आगे चले ना कोई जोर जियारा रे झूमे ऐसे जैसे मनमाना मोर सावन का महीना पवन कर सोर जियारा रे झूमे ऐसे जैसे मनमाना मोर जो वादा किया वो निभाना पड़ेगा रोके जमाना चाहे रोके खुदाई तुमको आना पड़ेगा जो वादा किया वो निभाना पड़ेगा तरसती निगाहों में आवाज दी है मोहब्बत की राहों ने आवाज दी है जाने हया.
You are watching the Ken Rampersaud Show here on Island Zone Radio. In the meantime, I'm trying to get Nurse Arjun on the line. Please be patient. We could be saving a life in Guyana.
जो वादा किया वो निभाना पड़ेगा रोके जमाना चाहे रोके खुदाए तुमको आना पड़ेगा जो वादा किया वो निभाना पड़ेगा निभाना पड़ेगा.
I know you're watching, can't help but keep on blushing.
Bonti Singh,
Savita,
Maha.
तू नैनी सितारे पहचान सा मुकरा क्या कहना उसका आफरी धावत में जैसे वो शाही टुकड़ा उसके जैसे ना कोई नाज़री शाही जोड़ा पहन के आई जो बन ठन के वही तू मेरे स्वीट है शर्माई सी बगल में जो बैठे हैं दुल्हन के वही तू मेरे स्वीट है शाही जोड़ा पहन के आई जो बन ठन के वही तू मेरे स्वीट है शर्माई सी बगल में जो बैठे हैं दुल्हन के वही तू मेरे स्वीट है.
it's a long time, I know you're watching, can't help but keep on blushing, hoping that we never part. It's a long time, I know you're watching, can't help but keep on blushing, I will be your sweetheart.
कैसे मैं कहूँ शुक्रिया उसका मुझ पे एहसान है नाजीजों के बस्ती में वो जो बन के आए मेहमान है.
I know that you're watching me, I like when you're watching me.
कैसे मैं कहूँ शुक्रिया उसका मुझ पे एहसान है, नाजीजों के बस्ती में वो जो बन के आए मेहमान है। लगता है शादी घर में उसके आने से जैसे चल की आई है खुशकिस्मती। सारी महफिल की वो जान बनी है, क्या कहना उसका आखिरी। मुफलिस के दिल का अरमान बनी है, उसके जैसे ना कोई नाज़री। शाही जोड़ा पहन के आई जो बन ठन के, वही तू मेरे स्वीखात है। शर्माई सी बगल में जो बैठे हैं दुल्हन के, वही तू मेरे स्वीखात है। शाही जोड़ा पहन के आई जो बन ठन के, वही तू मेरे स्वीखात है। शर्माई सी बगल में जो बैठे हैं दुल्हन के, वही तो मेरे स्वीकार है।
It's a long time, I know you're watching, can't help that we never part. It's a long time, I know you're watching, can't help but keep on blushing. I will be your sweetheart.
कि मेरे दिल में तरफ के जब नाम तेरा पुकारा। To the world, you know the brand, Demas, Dilly Natan, boom. मेरे दिल ने तरफ के जब नाम तेरा पुकारा, मेरे दिल ने तरफ के जब नाम तेरा पुकारा। कहाँ से न जाने चलाया ये मौसम प्यारा प्यारा। मेरे दिल ने तरफ के जब नाम तेरा पुकारा, मेरे दिल ने तरफ के जब नाम तेरा पुकारा। तेरे रास्ते पे मैं आंखें बिछाए बैठा हूँ, तेरे इंतजार की मैं दुनिया सजाए बैठा हूँ। तेरे रास्ते पे मैं आंखें बिछाए बैठा हूँ, तेरे इंतजार की मैं दुनिया सजाए बैठा हूँ। देखे तेरी नजरों को भाए ना भाए ये नजारा। मेरे दिल में तरफ के जब ना तेरा पुकारा, मेरे दिल ने तरफ के जब ना तेरा पुकारा। तेरा मेरा प्यार एक राज ही रहता तो अच्छा था, सोच न बनता है साज ही रहता तो अच्छा था। तेरा मेरा प्यार एक राज ही रहता तो अच्छा था, सोच न बनता है।
Welcome back to the Ken Rampersaud Show here on Island Zone Radio. I know we are having a little difficult time in bringing on Nurse Arjun, but in the meantime, I have her on the line. Let me give you a little bit about her stellar career in nursing. Marjorie Arjun Pritipal is a special person. And she says, I do a lot with patients, doctors, nurses, midwives, which includes counseling and coaching junior nurses, as well as patients and their family, some of whom have a lot of problems. I also help to empower women. And that's one of the most important thing I like to hear. So Miss Arjun, Nurse Arjun, tell us a little bit about yourself. You go ahead and talk, and I hope they hear with my mic.
Sorry about that, Ken.
It's okay.
All the planning we did.
Yes.
Anyway, good evening, viewers, prospective mothers, wherever you can hear me. I am Marjorie Arjun, born in the quarantine, and I was trained at the New Amsterdam Hospital. I got married in 1981, and I got that name Pretty Paul added on. So I migrated to Georgetown, the Georgetown Public Hospital in 1984 as an RN, and from then on, I moved across all over the institution. I worked in all the departments, and in 2003, I was assigned to the maternity unit. And from then until my retirement, I stayed there. And that was one of the best places I've worked, and I made it my choice of staying there. And I was privileged to go to the university to do my management degree in nursing in 2005 to 2007. In 2007, I graduated, and in 2008, we've been having a lot of deaths in the maternity as well as infant deaths, and we had some people come down from Canada, and they taught us the alarm program. The alarm meaning advances in labor and risk management. We were required to do a test before and after, and I was privileged to be one of the people who passed with high colors, and I was trained as a clinical instructor in our facilitator in labor and risk management. And from then on, I started teaching doctors, nurses, to student midwives, and even mothers, coaching and preparing them for exams, whatever. I've been involved in that for the rest of my years at the Georgetown Hospital, and I retired fully in 2017. From time to time, I've been doing small contracts, even unto this year. But when I was approached by Ken, too, he was asking me, why are so many women dying and babies? I said, Ken, I wanted to address that because every time a mother dies or every time I hear about a baby die, it hurts. It hurts me because I'm a mother too. And I have been working with people, and I know there are going to be deaths, but then no woman should die giving birth. And that has been our motto in the alarm program. No woman should die giving birth. And so today, I am privileged and I'm pleased to be in this show. I'm sorry you cannot hear me directly. I have to use Ken's mic. And I'm hoping that you hear me far and wide. I'm going to speak slowly because I'm usually a fast talker. And so any questions you have at the end of the program, you can type it, and I'll be happy to help to answer those questions. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for bearing up with me, and I'm sorry too that we couldn't do this, but our viewers are watching us, and that's a good thing. And we have quite a few people watching us. So you know what?
Can they see me, Ken?
Yeah, I
Can
could.
they see me?
They can't see you if I put my phone up, but I put your picture up on the screen so they can see you. You know, so let's talk about you. I know that you were a teacher at one time. What caused you to jump into nursing, to choose nursing as your career path?
Oh, it's a very long story. Growing up under quarantine, we were not privileged to go a lot out. I grew up in a small farming community, 25 miles from New Amsterdam. And the only thing I know about nurses is that they come to the schools to give us vaccines and maybe warm us out
Right.
at different periods in our primary school days.
Right.
And I admire them because they look so angelic in their uniform, all
Yes.
starched and all pleated white.
Yes.
I never went into a hospital to see what a patient looked like or a bed. The first time I went there, I was 19 years old, when I was called in 1976 for an interview. That is after leaving school, because jobs were hard to come by. I was a young teacher at a primary school, but I was an acting teacher. But I left school at 16 years, 2 months, and I had applied everywhere to get a job. In the 80s, it was so hard. You had to go to national service and all of that thing. But I didn't get to go to national service. But when they called me, I remember I saw that application with all this nice handwriting. I had a very, very beautiful handwriting at that time. And I saw that handwriting, and then I remember maybe I had applied when I was 16. And now I was 19 plus. Yeah, 19 years plus, because I was called for an interview. And I told them I was a teacher, but I always wanted to become a nurse because I love helping people.
Oh.
You see, I wasn't a very good teacher because I couldn't talk.
Really?
Unlike now, I lacked oral expression. My teacher told me I lacked oral expression. And when I went to teach, I was sent to a class with children almost as old as I am. They were 17 and 18-year-old, and I was 18 too. And they were in the CP class, and I had to prepare them for exams. But every now and again, the headmaster would butt in when I couldn't express myself, and he came and he helped along. But I didn't like that. I wanted a class for myself. But as I said, I lacked oral expression. So when I got called to do nursing, I said, here, I am leaving my job here as a teacher, and nursing would be easy. I'll get away from home. I'll be wearing this white uniform, and I'll be just breezing through the wards and, making a career for myself. Never knowing that nursing, you had to do so many subjects.
Yeah.
Because I was trained as a professional nurse. We had to do 11 subjects, and I had burned my boat as a teacher. I couldn't go back. I had to do microbiology, sociology, anatomy and physiology, and think of all the ologies, and they were so different. But the thing about the nursing, they taught you as you went along, the practical, and then I got to interact with patients, and I think I liked it. And I've never turned my back then. There were good days, there were bad days, but I had to make it at the exams, and I did. And I thank God I have a full career of it. I spent over 40 years as a nurse.
Beautiful.
And I have been an RN in 1980, in 1982, 83, I did my midwifery, and I passed with flying colors there. And then I went on to university quite old, because only then the degree in management was put up at the university level. And then I was trained as the alarm facilitator. And I told my director I wanted to teach, and I loved the teaching, and it gave me some kind of inspiration. I felt so good at it that I was doing it, and I was speaking to like crowds of 100, and I wasn't very, very fearful. I wasn't nervous with them because they were women like me, and I love what I did.
Right.
And I have a passion for what I did because until now, although I'm 64 now, Ken.
Yeah, you look
good. And I
good.
still have a passion for women and women's health.
Yes.
And so I would like to share, and I'm happy to be in your program.
Well, to be very honest with you, I'm so glad that we are doing this show today. The only thing is that, but our viewers are hearing us. So go ahead and share all of your knowledge and your wisdom. So at least together we can help at least one person in Guyana. We can educate our young people. So the mic is yours. Go. Take it away.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, and for everybody who's listening, I said who I am and what I have planned. And so we wanted to know, and we asked the questions, why women die or why babies die. And as Ken said, we are not going to be bashing anybody. As you know, I am retired 3 to 4 years now. I am keeping in touch with what is happening at the hospital level. I've been in this training, teaching nurses, doctors, whoever, and it is my pleasure to be talking to you about what I feel that is most important, what women need to know about getting pregnant and, these kind of things. So we want to ask some questions, and I'll answer them as we go. So say what exactly is, maternal health. And we're talking about the mother here, okay? We're talking about a mother who is planning on having a baby. And we want to ensure that, we want to put it simply, a mother's health during pregnancy, delivery, and post-delivery, and until 42 days after delivery. So we want to address these women, and I want you to know that women have sexual and reproductive rights. And a woman's right to safe motherhood is supposed to be always be respected. A woman's right, because we have a motto, as I said before, no woman should die giving birth. Who gives birth? Is women who are within the reproductive age from 16 to 45, and they're in the prime of life. Okay? And you know how women are special. Women are the backbone of society, I would say. Women are the light in the home. A woman is a mother, she's a sister, she's a wife, she's a neighbor, she's a friend. She's so many roles she's placed in. And so we want to talk about safe motherhood. And safe motherhood is defined as a woman's ability to receive the care needed to be safe and healthy throughout pregnancy and childbirth. Okay? So we are going to be talking about all the things that a woman, a safe motherhood initiative. And I want to emphasize that there are 5 pillars of safe motherhood. And we're going to talk about the preconceptual care, the prenatal care, the care of the high-risk pregnancy, clean and safe delivery, and the postnatal care around 6 weeks after delivery. So if we're going to begin and we're talking about the preconceptual care, this is a care given to women. This is a care given to women from the time she is born until she attains that age to give birth. And as I said before, a woman from 16 to 45. Those are her years of reproduction. So we want to ensure that the care given, it's very important that we emphasize care of the girl child. A lot of people place emphasis of a boy child. A boy child, what a boy child does, he only carries on the father's surname. Yes, he's a seed of the flock, and he is supposed to be a role, maybe the father or the breadwinner for the family. But these days, we have our women doing the same thing. So emphasis must be placed on both children, but more so on the girl child. So we want to ensure that we take care of the girl child. We ensure that she's fully immunized, as all children are immunized too. We want to ensure that this protects the body from diseases. We ensure that the girl child is well educated, because education helps an individual to understand issues and to apply them to their daily life. Education helps women especially to make decisions in life or choices in life. The more the girl child is educated, the more she'll be able to make choices, right from wrong. Okay, so we want to ensure that she has a well-rounded education. We want to ensure that she is fed properly. She eats food from the 6 different food groups daily, particularly in those times we want to ensure that she eats food rich in iron, all those green leafy vegetables, all those red meat, all those rich food, along with citrus fruits. We want to ensure that she takes in vitamin C to help absorb the iron in her blood, because she'll be losing blood as she menstruates every month. So we want to ensure that that blood is enriched daily, so that she is very well all rounded up for the next session, until she until she becomes pregnant and even and continue until her death. So we want to ensure we participate, or she is participating in physical exercise often, at least twice per week, and this exercise will help to strengthen her bones, her heart, improves her circulation. She is advised not to indulge in alcohol, cigarette smoking, and those illegal substances. As parents, we want to ensure that children are all given the choices, as we said, and also they're taught about these things, the good and the bad. So we also want to know her HIV or STI meaning sexually transmitted infection, her status before a sexual relationship. It's very good that when women decide to have a partner, not necessarily marriage on becoming pregnant or before she becomes pregnant, we want to ensure that she knows her HIV status and she does her blood test that she doesn't have any sexually transmitted infection. In fact, both of them, both the man and the woman should check. In the next setting, we want to talk about the prenatal care. The prenatal care is a care given to women when they're pregnant from the time they recognize that they have missed a regular period and they're sexually active. The most she would think about, well, maybe I'm pregnant. Let me go and check it out and go to the doctor, and the doctor may order an ultrasound to confirm that pregnancy. Or long ago, they used to do the urine test because a hormone is produced in the urine, and then they check it and they find that the woman is pregnant. But these days, with technology, we have ultrasounds, and it's very quickly done. And as early as 2 to 3 weeks, a pregnancy can be detected with an ultrasound. Okay, so during the pregnancy, we want to ensure that the woman is enrolled in an antenatal clinic within the first 3 months, up to 12 weeks, 12 to 16 weeks. We do not want, why we advocate that, I like to say the why, is that even she has any infection, she has any problem with her blood pressure, she may be having diabetes, or she may be having weak blood or anemia, it can be treated early in the pregnancy. So we want to ensure that she goes to the clinic early and enrolls, and there they would take blood for a routine blood test, and they want to ensure that her blood count is good, and it is advocated that woman hemoglobin should be anything like 11 to 14, the number, and that denotes that it's so much of blood she has in her body. Anytime it's below 10, it's counted as anemic or weak blood or poor blood. So we want to ensure that blood is taken for hemoglobin grouping, and a woman would know if she belongs to the A group, O group, A, B group, or B group. So one of that, and it is for her lifetime, so she would know. I know a lot of people I talk to, although they have babies, they do not know. And so I'm encouraging you women out there to find out what is your blood group, because that remains for life. And so you would know your blood group, and if you have any infection, it will be treated early. Any burning in the passing urine, any discomfort, you should tell your doctor. Now, they're also given vaccination against diphtheria and tetanus, and these would help to protect your unborn child from getting tetanus too, and you, the mother, will be protected. Even if you are fully immunized, we give a booster dose of tetanus at the clinic. So we want to ensure the mother seeks voluntary testing and counseling for HIV for yourself as well as a partner. So we want to ensure that, because we want to ensure that the mother knows that your confidentiality would be ensured, because this is something between only you and your care provider. So also we want to know the danger signs that mothers must know about. A lot of mothers do not know. They go to clinic and they just go through the rituals of having a tests and whatnot. But they should know danger signs in pregnancy that would include severe headache, swelling of the hands, feet, and face. We want to ensure that they do not have any sudden abdominal pain because, you will have some discomfort, but not too much of pain. Any vaginal bleeding is a no-no in pregnancy. That is an emergency because at no time she should have bleeding once she's pregnant unto 9 months. They have some women who would have spotting sometimes, but it should be checked out by the doctor. Okay? So we want to ensure that no burning and urine and passing of urine. So if any of these symptoms should arise, women, please get yourself checked out at the nearest health facility in your area. You practice safe sex during pregnancy to avoid any sexually transmitted infections, including HIV. And we want to check with your healthcare provider regularly to know the position and status of your baby. Now, having a baby is one of the joys and privileges of any couple. And I know a lot of people are feeling fulfilled when a baby comes into the home. Isn't that so? You feel so satisfied because having a little one belonging to you and to him, the one that you love, you're so happy and so complete with a family. And so we want to ensure that everything goes well, and that is why you stay into the clinic. The first time you go to the clinic is to join the clinic, and after 1 month you're coming back to have those readings that were done, all the blood tests and whatnot, and doctor is going to discuss it with you. You will be told your blood, your hemoglobin level, you will be told your grouping, you'll be asked to do your HIV test, and along maybe told about it and what it is and what it entails. And also they do screening for sexually transmitted infection. Once that remains negative, your HIV status was known and it's negative, we want to ensure by the 36th week, because 3 months after, or we talk about the window period, that same test will be repeated as well as your hemoglobin. From time to time, the doctor may order an ultrasound, and that is to see the baby's growth and development. The mother is sent home with folic acid in the first 3 months. And why we give folic acid, ladies, it is to help your baby to prevent baby from getting neural tube defects, things like spina bifida and baby growing with a big head, or we call it a hydrocephalus. So we want to ensure that the baby doesn't have that. Folic acid is found in green leafy vegetables, and it is coming in a tablet form. Sometimes some women cannot tolerate the iron very early because they may be suffering from morning sickness or evening sickness or all-day sickness, and you know what goes along with that. So we ensure our mothers take their vitamin C in fruit juices, and if they're vomiting, they may not be able to tolerate things with lots of fat or oil or whatever. So eat non-greasy foods. Make your helpings very small but often. Ensure that you use a lot of dry, maybe crackers or whatever, black tea, and as you can tolerate, because you would vomit, yes, but not everything. Keep yourself hydrated, because we want to ensure that after the first 3 to 4 months, that feeling goes away, and then you would want to eat. Now, a woman who's pregnant doesn't have to eat like a horse, or she doesn't have to eat double up because she's having a baby growing within her. But she may have cravings and she may eat, but she must eat healthily. I would advise 3 to 5 meals per day, and if you're going to have 5 meals, that it be small, because we do not want after the second trimester for her to be putting on too much of weight. Anytime a woman puts on weight, you're going to find that her feet will be swelling, ankles swollen, and as well as her blood pressure will be going up. And we don't want that. We want to ensure that she postures herself when she walks, and she straightens up, it's not a push on the ice cart. So you do not slouch, you keep your head up and your chin up and you walk straight. And so that you would not get backache. Avoid wearing high heels. So you're asked to wear, maybe some people wear webs, some can't wear too flat heels. So you wear your flats and you're comfortable. You wear loose clothing and so that the baby can breathe or you can breathe freely. We want to ensure there are going to be cravings, as I said, and certain things you cannot smell, the nice perfumes that you use or certain soap or whatever. And then want to ensure that you eat healthily. After the first trimester, then the doctor may add on, after 3-4 months, they might put you on the iron tablets. And this is to supplement your diet to ensure that your iron levels are strong. So baby is going to be pulling from your mother, and some of you may feel it in your bones. You may feel it, baby pulling from you. So you will have to ensure that you take in lots of calcium and, lots of seafoods and those things. I want you to eat a variety of foods so that the baby won't have no kind of allergy. Ensure that you eat food from all the 6 food groups. Another time we can talk about that, because that alone, nutrition in the mother can take a whole session. So we're talking now and beyond, going on to the woman with the high-risk pregnancy. And this is our safe thing, because we want to ensure that we define what is a high-risk pregnancy. And this is one that causes an increased risk to the health or life of the mother or the unborn child, or both of them during pregnancy. You hear about some people, everything was going well all throughout their life. And the minute they become pregnant or the minute they change partners and they have another partner, for some reason, the blood pressure decide to rise in this pregnancy. And so a mother may end up with what we call pregnancy-induced hypertension, PIH, they refer it for short, or she may develop gestational diabetes in pregnancy. And so we want to ensure that we know that these women are at a higher risk, and they should be seen by a proper obstetrician. We want to ensure that women who are below the age of 16 and above the age of 35, they've been seen in the special high-risk clinic. Why? Because women under the age of 16 are considered children or adolescents, and they're not quite mature. Their bodies are not made to deliver children yet, because the bones are not, strong enough, and the body is not quite developed, as I said, and they can lose those babies. For women above 35, the same thing goes, and you're likely to put on weight, and you're likely to get high blood pressure, develop diabetes mellitus, or anemia. Now, for women also who've been having a lot of miscarriages, or losing babies spontaneously, or having preterm labor, and preterm labor is any labor less than 37 weeks of gestation. We want to ensure that you are in a high-risk clinic, and you should be seen in a high-risk clinic. Women who've had a cesarean section before is considered also high risk, or any abdominal surgery. We want to ensure a woman with more than 4 to 5 children is considered high risk and should be seen in the clinic, and women who have had HIV or who has had their date passed, Women can deliver after the 37th week of gestation or up to 41 weeks. And when you're reaching 42 weeks, the baby, the placenta or the afterbirth that the baby feeds from can die in utero, and so the baby is not going to get no nourishment. And so that baby life is at risk. And so that mother becomes a high-risk mother. Now next thing we want to talk about the delivery, the clean and safe delivery. All women are advised to get their babies in a hospital setting, and a hospital setting with all the facilities. We want to ensure that the hospital has trained or skilled staff, a person trained to do deliveries. This is a life and death situation. You would have heard, Ken, people talk about getting a baby is like, 1 foot in the grave, 1 foot out. So we want to ensure that women go to a place that they would be safe. A clean and a safe delivery is ensured when there is good hygiene during delivery, and it's conducted in a manner that is safe for the mother and the baby. we want to ensure that the following signs may be indication that labor has begun. Now, labor, you hear a lot about labor in pregnancy. Now, this is a period where the woman experiences contractions. The belly gets stiff, and she just getting back pain associated with it, and the baby is making its way downward, outward, and so it can last for a couple of hours or several hours in some cases. Or we want to ensure that the mother knows about these signs. So if a mother goes to clinic, they should be given these educational talk, just like I'm giving here. And so we want to ensure that the water bag is not broken. If that should happen, you know that you did not pee yourself, you did not urinate on yourself, then it's likely water running down your leg and it's warm. Check it, put on a pad, and go to the nearest health facility, and they're going to examine you, the mother, because so many things can happen. The baby, the cord can come and block the way, and the baby can be trapped in there. So we want to ensure once the water bag is broken, before 12 hours, find yourself at the hospital, because after then, infection can take place from outside and go up that birth canal, and the mother can end up with infection, and the baby can end up with a condition called a chorioamnionitis, where the fluid gets infected and baby is put in danger. Now, a mother can have regular contraction with or without pain. Sometimes it started like painless, and then it increases. Also, after the 37th week, a mother would find that she passes something like a clear, thick, white, gluey substance, and it's called a show or the plug. And thereafter, then she goes into labor. Now, a pregnant mother living with HIV must inform the healthcare workers when she goes to the healthcare facility for delivery. She must present her clinic card, and so they're going to know if she's HIV positive, then they would have to take special need for her because her baby, and she would require treatment as soon after delivery. Or she can be given treatment once labor has not gone a far way. Before 4 cm, she must be given some treatment. So we want to ensure some mothers are in the clinic and they're in treatment, and so the baby gets treatment soon after birth. And those babies, we're going to talk about special care for them. Then the last phase of the motherhood, talk about postnatal or the after delivery care, and until this care is given until 6 weeks. Now, after delivery, the mother still is in danger, because anytime a mother dies from the time she becomes pregnant until the time after delivery, 6 weeks, and she dies, it is considered a direct maternal death. And maternal deaths I want to implore, maternal deaths and fetal deaths denotes a country's health status. Are you hearing me?
Yes, we are hearing you. Go ahead. You're doing a fantastic job.
I want you to know this because, and that is why they place so much of emphasis in investigating these deaths. A woman's life, because they're in the prime of life, women who are pregnant and babies, if you have too many deaths in any country, and I heard you said that the WHO have said that Guyana has one of the leading causes of death, one of the leading maternal death rate.
Yes.
I don't know if it's still happening, if it's an old news or it's a new, I don't know. But when I was working, I know that we tried to meet the Millennium Developmental Goals, and we wanted to cut down the deaths by 2/3 by 2015. And things were, in fact, before I left, a lot of improvisation was done at the Georgetown Hospital, and I can only speak for that because I worked there, and it was the National Referral Hospital that does 60% of the country's deliveries. And we've been trying, and I have not been hearing a lot from the Georgetown Hospital. But what I know I heard about lately was news coming from the eastern end, Morris area. And I do not want to point fingers, I do not want to say, who's to blame because I did not investigate those cases. But each maternal death is investigated so that whatever it is, it will not to bash in anybody, but to make a learning, something that people can learn. The healthcare workers can learn, and they're gonna try to fix whatever went wrong, or if those mothers needed to be referred early. But let me finish on this part here, and then I'll talk a little about that. Because the postnatal mother, this is the most important period in the lives of the mother and the newborn, because both of them, mother and baby, are at risk of becoming ill or dying. So during the postnatal period, we want to ensure that there are no signs of prolonged heavy bleeding. There's no fever. There's no constant headache and burning and passing of urine. Because these are all symptoms to say that everything is not well. There's infection. And one of the leading causes, and I'll deal with that, what causes deaths in Guyana or around the world, the leading cause of death is hemorrhage. You're hearing lots of women dying with hemorrhage. And I'll talk about that at length a little later on. We want to ensure that the baby, if he or she is not sucking well, or the baby has a fever, or is coughing or groaning. Now, a healthy baby needs to be, because the baby came from an environment surrounded by water, coming out into this air or coming out of utero, the baby is going to feel cold because the baby is exposed. So we want to ensure that baby is wrapped properly. And so we talk about when you in the clinic, a nurse might discuss things that you buy and you prepare yourself for the newborn. We want to ensure that a big thick blanket is brought, or a big thick towel. You wash it from the store and you dry it, and so that you wrap the baby and keep the baby airway clear. We want to ensure the baby is not groaning or coughing, or the baby doesn't have what we call shortness of breath, having breathing problems. So we want to ensure that that area is cleared and the baby is going to be sucked. A healthy newborn is born with a sucking reflex. Okay, so they start sucking from utero. In utero, they've been sucking. So when they come out, the first thing you notice that they try to put a finger to the mouth, and they say they learn to suck finger, but they've been having a sucking reflex. And they do that, and you check to see if the baby is sucking. And so that is why the mother keeps the baby warm, and that is called bonding, and keep her close to her. And she looks into the baby's beautiful face, and she offers the baby her breast. Okay, not nipple feeding, but breastfeeding. And the baby is going to pull on the breast, and the baby is going to be getting nutritious milk. And that is going to be produced more and more. The more often they put the baby to the breast, and tell me about it, because I was one of the nurses. I was the person, I was heading that team in 2016 where the Georgetown Hospital got the baby-friendly status. And I've been involved in teaching there for 15 years, trying to get our hospital there a baby-friendly getting that status. I don't think they have ever had an assessment after then. But we, mothers everywhere, once they are not HIV positive, they're HIV negative, we ensure that the mothers and the baby is big enough, old enough, well enough. We want to advocate breastfeeding. It's a cheap way, it's a very healthy way, and it prevents a mother from getting ovarian and breast cancer. So we want to ensure that we do that, and ensure it helps the mother's tummy to get flat, even the uterus contracts too. The more the baby pulls, it causes, the mother tummy to get back to its pre-pregnant state. And that is why you see some people with a lot of big high tummy know that they did not breastfeed, because sometimes, because of circumstances, they had cesarean, or because the baby was sick or they were sick, they didn't get a chance to do that. And so they have to spend many, many hours in the gym to try to get that tummy down, because they want to be fitting into the nice clothes again. So it's a very, very good thing to have your baby breastfeeding. We want to ensure mothers are given proper rest after childbirth. to regain their strength, and the baby as well getting that rest. Ensure that the baby is cuddled and kept warm and baby feels secure. Ensuring that the child receives the necessary vaccines. So in the hospital setting, once a baby is born with a weight of 2.5 kilograms, we want to ensure that baby, once the baby was okay, that baby is given the first vaccine against tuberculosis. We call it the BCG. You heard about that, right?
Right. I had as a child.
If those babies who are in the neonatal unit and they were very small and they did not attain that weight, as soon as they become big enough and old enough to get that, they got that weight, they should be taken to the clinic nearest to them and given that BCG vaccine, because tuberculosis is always in the air, and just like you have the common cold. But thank God, because of COVID, everybody wearing a mask or should be wearing a mask. We shouldn't be seeing a lot of tuberculosis cases now with people, traveling buses and so on. But except for those children who are at risk. So we want to ensure that they're protected early. Now we ensure our children are enrolled in the nearest clinic within 2 weeks after delivery. As I said before, we practice exclusive breastfeeding, and breastfeeding exclusive meaning no water, no fruit juice, no nothing from birth to 6 months. And that is a period advocated because most women will be given, if they're working, they might be given 3 months of maternity leave. I know in your country and maybe in Canada, they have a whole year of maternity leave with benefit, but Guyana population is so small and the working force is made up of so much of women that they cannot afford to give them 6 months yet. But in the event that should happen, it would have to be passed in Parliament and all of that. Now, we want to ensure that the woman seeks family planning, counseling, and discussion is done for various contraceptive methods before deciding which one is right. Because not everybody can use tablets, or not everybody can have IUD, intrauterine device fitted. So we want to ensure that we talk about the pros and cons about each one, and the mother makes her choice from the hospital. I know they give them from now, they started from the postnatal ward, they send them home, some of them, with a contraceptive device. They put in something we call the rod under the skin, and that lasts for 5 years. And that will help with the family planning, and she doesn't have to have an intrauterine device. And so we want to ensure that we seeking information and advice of personal care if they're living with HIV. They'll be taught how to care the baby, how to feed the baby, because those babies are not to be given breast milk, because breast milk is one of the ways of which a mother can transmit HIV to her newborn baby. Okay?
Yep.
And that can be another time we cannot talk about that. Now, we're taking the baby to have the vaccines. We ensure that the baby is getting that kind of support, because the only vaccine that the baby from an HIV mother is not given is a live vaccine, and the BCG is a live vaccine. So we do not give those babies BCG. Are you hearing me?
I'm listening. We're hearing you.
I'm hoping that they're hearing, because
Yes.
they might be wondering to know why is not that baby wasn't given, because the baby had the proper weight. But we should know that HIV mothers are not let their baby have vaccine, because the baby can end up dying because it's a live vaccine.
Okay.
So we do not give the BCG vaccine to babies born from an HIV positive mother. Okay, so here we talk about the 5 pillars of safe motherhood, and anything goes wrong during that time, the mother, her life is in danger, or her baby. And so we want to talk also, as I want to add on this part, why women die. And I want to talk about 3 delays that, the 3 delays model. And I want to talk about the delay to seek care, the delay to reach a proper medical service, and the delay in accessing quality care. Now, I'll go through each one of them just for a minute or two, and we're talking about The first one, why women die. Now, a woman got pregnant and she lives in Timbuktu. Timbuktu could mean a part of the interior where she is only 17 years old. She did not have much of an education. She is an impoverished woman. She did not eat properly, and she found herself now pregnant. She was scared to tell her parents, and they had to wait till this baby belly get big, and then they see it. Now, when she delayed to seek care because she of herself did not want to confront her family to let them know this is like a big disgrace now she would have to go, something is wrong, she's getting pain or she's having some vaginal bleeding or itching or something. Now, who makes the decision for her to get care? She would have to first, if she had an education, she would be able to make that choice and she would have sought care, but she did not. So she would have to go to her family and they make that decision. Now, when they make that decision, they have to come to another health facility to get that care. And there is where the delay happen again to reach a proper medical service. Now we have to entail, how is she going to move from Timbuktu to another region? Because where she living doesn't have a facility. They just have a health post, a small thing with maybe a little nurse aide or something. And there where she goes now, she'll have to think about transportation. She would have to think about finances. And you know, some people are so poor in Guyana.
Right.
And the areas that they come from. So we have to think about that now. And that will delay further medical service. And then now, by the time she gets to a proper facility, they cannot deal with that case because they're not equipped to deal with such an emergency. So they have to now send her to a proper facility, as example, a referral hospital or a hospital with a theater or a hospital, with an incubator in the event the baby could come preterm. All right? So we want to ensure now when she comes to the hospital, they are slow in attending her. And so we want to ensure that when they come to the hospital, they act on it and they are moving because so many hours have been delayed. And so these women or the baby can die. You understand? Because
Absolutely.
of the delays.
Yes.
The delay at the first thing at the home, delay now because of transportation and finances. Then when they come to the hospital, you hear about they didn't speak up. Nobody knew they were there. They were having problems. They didn't talk about it. And now it's further delay. And now the baby was compromised as well as the mother. So there is what I want to share about why women die. Now, there is we have a professor of, he was a past president of International Federation of Gynecologists and Obstetricians, and he was saying to the midwives and obstetricians who are practicing in developing countries such as ours, that maternal mortality is not about statistics. He said it is about women who have names, women who have faces which we have seen in the throes of agony, distress, and despair. Not simply because these are women in the prime of their lives, but who die at a time of expectation and joy. Because birthing time is supposed to be a time expecting a life baby.
Absolutely,
and a life mother at the end. But then sometimes it end up with a mother dying or the baby dying or both of them dying. Now we want to ensure, not because the maternal death is one of the most terrible ways of dying. We want to ensure because almost every maternal death is an event that should be or could be avoided and should never be allowed to happen. So he was speaking to these doctors and nurses everywhere. And as I said, no woman should die giving birth because these are women who are healthy, who are happy, most of them, and they look forward to a great future. Mm-hmm. But as I said before, old people say, one foot in the grave and one foot out. And so it is very important. And that is why I want to say a little about the father's role as I speak to mothers. And I've been talking to the young women and mothers. But we want to ensure that there are 10 things that men should know. and to promote the safe motherhood, because I talk about the 5 pillars of safe motherhood, but I was addressing mostly women. But we want to ensure that our men are going to be doing their share, and we want, number 1, to respect and support your partner or woman in the workplace. You know, your woman in the home should be respected. The woman in the workplace who are pregnant should be respected. We want to ensure that they promote healthy behaviors. You know, some men, they're always bullying the woman, and we want to ensure that is not going to be happening in a home with a pregnant woman. We want to ensure that you promote healthy behaviors. You plan the pregnancy with your partner and you help her as she goes along. You work along with that partner to ensure that she gets her financial needs or the other resources to support the family. So we want to ensure that the environment is safe, the step is safe, she can climb up or she can, go down the step, or the tiles are not loose if they're having a tile, or the roof is not leaking. Once you ensure that they have a non-violent environment, right? Because lots of time you hear about people getting violent because sometimes the woman is pregnant, she don't feel like doing this or she don't feel like doing that. Please, men, kindly support your partner. Encourage good nutrition, and so we want to ensure that the mother eats from the 6 food groups, and you have foods in your family that can sustain you. Help her with the household chores. Ensure that your partner receives her appropriate health education and the health care during and after pregnancy. And you learn to understand and support her during the breastfeeding time, because she would have to spend a lot of time sitting down and thinking and looking at the baby and breastfeeding. For the milk to flow, she would have to be at ease and she would have to be at peace. So ensure you provide that encouragement and support. Maybe you can encourage her to drink something, you can rub her back and so on. And so you want to commit yourself for the long haul of parenting. Parenting, I always say it takes 2 to tango, Ken.
Absolutely.
So we want to ensure our fathers are there supporting, because the baby doesn't belong to the mommy alone. Baby belongs to the family. And so when you play hard, and when you have to work, you work hard. And so we want to ensure that you have a nice and a happy family. So that is all about the safe motherhood. All right, Ken? So
Yeah.
we can go on and we're going to talk about the next question that I had. What are some of the major causes of deaths in developing countries? And as I said, Guyana is one of those developing countries because we're striving to become like those developed countries like the USA. And so, you hear they have minimal deaths. All countries, people die all around the world, and women more so. And with the COVID infection, we've been hearing a lot of women dying, or a lot of women are getting sick with it. So we want to ensure that our women know about what are some of the major causes of death in women. And I want to state in percentages the top major cause of death around the world.
Let me sorry to cut you up. You want me to get music and you catch your breath a little bit, and you come back and you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
You are doing fantastic. Okay, go ahead and do your thing. And we are.
Around
Yeah.
the world, 25% accounts for hemorrhages. Hemorrhages is when a woman bleeding after delivery, and you call it that is one of the most horrific things that can happen in the birthing room. I've been there many, many times because we've been drilling our nurses and our doctors. Everybody is trained in the birthing room, and so we do it as drills. So in the event you have to call for help, and we have to go through all the steps and ensure that hemorrhage is sustained within a certain time, because losing blood for a woman who has had a baby or just delivered, and she will losing blood, maybe from tears on the birth canal, or she may be losing blood because her uterus has been tired and it's atonic, meaning that it cannot contract the way it should, and fast enough because she's been having repeated pregnancy year after year after year, and so it gets tired and it cannot think. So we have to ensure that is not happening. So it's very important, our nurses and doctors everywhere, and that is why I spoke a lot about the alarm training that we did. And some of the topics we dealt with were some of the to do with the major causes of death with women around the world. Hemorrhages accounts for the highest amount, 25%. Almost every day I used to see a hemorrhage. A woman losing more, blood, and it compromises her health status. And, within an hour, she can be so down and out. And she can become anxious, and she becomes so hunger, air hunger, and eventually she goes into shock, and then you hear she dies. But, she doesn't get help. And so it's important, and that is why we advocate for every woman to deliver in a hospital setting. You get it?
I got you.
So you understand why we insist on our women having boarding rooms. If they're living very far, I know they have boarding homes. Like the Amarinan Hostel, they have a home there for women from the interior that they can be near to the delivery. And we want to ensure that they're having the hospital that they're going to be birthing in. It has all the facilities, an incubator, a theater, or more than one theater, many skilled trained doctors and nurses to be at hand. So when they come into contact with these patients, they're given the expert treatment, and they're going through all the phases and ensure that woman delivers safely. As I said, the hospital that I last worked, and it's my home away from home, was the Georgetown Public Hospital. I always defending it because I've been part and parcel of the management team there, and I've been involved in training at so different levels. And so I want to say that we are equipped to deal with all emergencies, all sorts of emergencies, and even the babies. Even if you have a expert. We have a neonatal care unit with people who are very, very much trained, and I'm happy to hear, and I want to commend all these hard-working people, because when all else is going on within the country, despite COVID or not, they have to be working. And right now, it's November. It's the time we call it crop time. From late September until January, they're having an influx of maybe 1 or 200 more
Really?
per month. And deliveries as much as 30, 40 a day at the Joshua Hospital. It could become so hectic. And then they have so many other shortages, but our nurses and doctors should be commended. So I want you to know that while another hospital may be having a 1 or 2 delivery a week, they'll be working round the clock. And so they are on the toes night and day, and I must commend them, and I always salute them, because I always have to hail out them, because I have to defend them, because I've been part and parcel of that group. Now, sepsis of any sort, we want to ensure that comes to the second highest death rate in mothers. So we want to ensure that accounts for 15%. All right, infection. Any woman with anything with fever, any kind of fever, and we want to ensure that they do not have any sort of infection. Hypertensive disorders accounts for 13%. All right? Complications due to unsafe abortions. As I said before, a maternal death is deemed from the time the woman becomes pregnant until 42 days after. So a lot of women, they deliver by unsafe abortion, meaning they go to not the butcher shop, they go to the bottom houses, or they try out something at home, and they have unsafe abortion. They have other things doing. I don't know at what level it's happening now. If it's still happening, they try to use other things, other devices, and that accounts also for 13% of deaths. And the last one is obstructed labor. I have some abnormal deliveries where you have some very big babies or malpresentation that would account for 7%. Now, we want to ensure that you know that an additional of 20% of maternal deaths in developing countries are attributed to pre-existing medical conditions that are only aggravated during pregnancy. Like a mother would have anemia or weak blood throughout her pregnancy or even before pregnancy, and that can escalate or exacerbate, and or she would have had malaria several times, or a mother with HIV or AIDS or one of those, and she's not on treatment. She her condition, it can be worsen in those conditions, and she can die. That would account for 20% of maternal deaths in developing countries. Okay?
Yep.
Now, a woman's capacity to survive complications are based on a number of factors. And I dealt with them, I think, and I just wanted to know that we talk about a woman's health and nutrition during childhood as well as the pregnancy is very important. Inadequate or inaccessible or unaffordable health services accounts for some and compromises her situation. Poor hygiene and care during childbirth, and socioeconomic factors and cultural factors such as poverty, unequal access to resources, that is healthcare, food, etc. A woman who works very hard in the back dam, for example, fetching lots of weight and this kind of thing, that can help compromise her condition. And the lack of decision-making power, because some women, they live in households where the mother-in-law makes a decision before the woman is given money. And then sometimes she goes to a health facility and there's no skilled staff or birth attendant to deal with her. So those are the woman's thing for her to survive. All these must be good, or the good side, okay? So there is where you have everything about the why women die. And I did not bash anybody. I didn't say which hospital people dying. But you draw your conclusions. You hear people dying, and you might be hearing what is the cause of death from the postmortem. And that can help maybe you to help make a decision. So in the event, of anybody who is pregnant, it's good to find out, are you in the clinic? Are you having educational advice? Are you asking the questions you need to ask? A lot for a woman go to the clinic, they go through the rituals, but they do not ask questions. And because of what is happening, there's a pandemic in the world now, so nobody is bothering to ask questions. They just run to the clinic, they get themselves checked, the blood pressure, the weight, whatever, and they're given tablets. They do not ask no questions, and they go home. But it's very good when women can talk with their healthcare provider. And I'm hoping our healthcare provider could be a little bit more patient and a little bit more, in just expanding these women's educational level and teaching them things that they need to know. And talk a little. It wouldn't take up just a half an hour of your time just before clinic start. And or at the one-to-one level when you have your patients, talk to them about these things. Okay?
Yes, you're doing such a fantastic job, Nurse Arjun. I'm very impressed with your knowledge base and all the things that you know. And like I said, today's show, I'm sorry that we have to do it like this, but I know it's not the end of our journey. Trying to save someone in Ghana. We're gonna try to make sure. I'm gonna try to make sure that you able to get on my page so that we can do much more shows together. Some of the things yes. So I think next time I'm going to try to see if I can get a young guy in your village so he can help set you up so that you can come, that you can look as nice as you dress up today to come on the show, and that you will get to look nice too, just like how you look. Um, so yes, and I'm very impressed with your knowledge. Some of the things that I have in mind that I want to talk about too, that we know that young mothers are dying, they're killing their babies sometime. I want us to talk a little bit, not today, sometime down the future, about depression after a mother give birth. Why do they kill their children? I also want us, and so our viewers can hear, that we can talk about diabetes, we can talk about hypertension. How can we save these mothers? And so I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna let this linger in my brain a little bit.
Because I have one last thing. We talk about the mothers dying, but we did not talk about the infants
Okay.
developing major causes of death. And as I said, a mother has so much to do
Right.
with her pregnancy. But then some women end up with what you call a stillbirth.
Stillbirth.
Baby die for some reason in utero.
Yes.
A stillbirth is a baby that dies in the mother's tummy before the baby comes out.
Right.
And for some reason, we want to ensure, and that is why we do this educational talk, so that mothers can know that they're still not okay. Because why is you attending clinic and why is you giving advice not to bend over too much? And if something falls on the ground, you pick it up with your toes, or you stoop down and sit in a sorry, you cannot see me, to show you and demonstrate how you pick up something when you're pregnant.
Okay.
You stoop down or you squat.
Yes.
Squat, but you never bend over.
Okay.
Because whilst the baby is in utero, the baby is in a sack swimming.
Right.
And because it's umbilical cord, some of them are very long, and the baby can get that umbilical cord could be knotted, and it could be compressed, in a kind of thing, in a position. And because the baby is being fed through that umbilical cord from the mother's, what you call the placenta,
right,
that is adhered to the walls of the uterus, the baby has its nutrients through that. The oxygen that the mother gets is circulated, and the baby gets oxygen. So the baby is growing and thriving. And our mothers know that the baby is doing okay because they're taught that the baby is kicking, and the baby should be kicking every 10 minutes. You should be counting so many kicks per, every 10 minutes. So
right, okay,
a mother notices her belly just getting stiff and the baby isn't kicking. Now, why is that happening? Is that something is not going right. So we have to kind of sometimes nudge the baby a little and to see all is well, that the baby continues kicking or whatever. Sometimes you notice, and I like to talk about this one, when you see people catching fish with cast net, right?
right,
And the baby and the fish, and a little fish comes out on the cast net. What happens with that fish? It's jumping up.
right,
Right?
right.
Because they cannot breathe.
Oh,
Similarly,
really?
a baby in danger in mommy's in utero. The baby's in danger. The baby keep jumping up because the baby is not getting oxygen.
Oh, really?
And so the baby can jump up, and you notice a lot of movements. And you have to go to the nearest health facility and get it sorted out, because baby is supposed to be jumping up all the time like that. Baby's
Right.
in danger.
Really?
So you want to ensure that they know that. Now, when they go to the health center or the clinic, doctor or the nurse examines them and they listen to the baby fetal heart. These days, they have machines that are detecting that. And
Right.
hearing it go boop, boop, boop.
Yes.
A baby's heart rate is supposed to be like 100 and more, at 110 to 160. That is the norm. Any baby heartbeat going between 110 beats a minute to 160 is okay. But if it exceeds 160, baby in danger. If it comes below 100, baby in danger. So we call it bradycardia when it's
Right.
low, tachycardia when it's high.
You go with yourself then.
Again, the mother must know. We want to ensure that she knows what is her blood pressure supposed to be. We want to ensure that she knows that, all these kind of things would help with the growth and development. She's eating well. Her hemoglobin is sustained throughout pregnancy. So she prepares herself for delivery. So we want to ensure now that some things can happen. We call it intrauterine growth restriction. Baby's not growing the way it's supposed to because the ultrasound show the baby and putting on weight. Something is going wrong. Or the baby can die because of prematurity. You hear a lot about baby dying or born before time. And so that baby has to be placed in an incubator for warmth, for giving oxygen and all of that. And so baby can be dying there. Lots of babies born very small because of multiple pregnancy. Mother getting twins or triplets. The babies didn't grow very big, but they're small. Or baby coming with a malpresentation such as breech. Breech meaning the baby coming born with a foot.
Really,
Or
yes.
the bottom. And so those babies are compromised because they couldn't breathe initially well, and they had to be placed in a setting, or if they do not have a setting, those babies can die. And so we want to ensure that is for the fetal for the maternal. Now the mother has high blood pressure. The mother started bleeding before she delivers. You know, the placenta comes before the baby, and so the baby is trapped in utero. The baby can die. They have intrauterine infection, as I mentioned. It's a watermark break, and she didn't go to hospital 3 days after.
Wow.
That fluid gets infected, the baby can die. Now, with previous cesarean, she didn't have that. The mother can end up with some kind of problem where she have, of course, you know, the scar, because baby will force its way to come out. She can get tears and you know, scar tear in there. She might have prolonged rupture of membranes, as I mentioned before, in a preterm labor, or through oxytocin, the baby, the mother is not resting in between the contraction, baby not getting enough oxygen. They have some people going through a prolonged phase of labor, and sometimes the baby grows too old, or just a post-day, they pass to the baby boy, the baby is compromised there. So some things that mothers need to know about: if you have a watermark broken and you notice that the fluid did not come clear and the baby has what you call a meconium stain, or if the baby start messing in you inside your tummy, baby is in danger.
Really?
Baby is in danger, because that will tell that baby is in danger. They start messing inside and they didn't come out yet. One of the things, unless the baby was coming breech, only those babies can maybe start messing as they're coming up, because through the birth canal, the belly gets, you know, squeezed up and so on, then that can happen. So we want to ensure that they know all about these things, why babies can die. And so it's very important, your health, your nutrition, your social, economic, everything. You're having enough money, you're prepared mentally, physically, and everything for labor and for, you know, for childbirth and for even after care. It's very important. All have to be working hand in hand. You must have supportive services. Some people are lucky to have a good mother-in-law around, or a good sister-in-law, or a good husband. Or some people are educated enough and can cope, but others cannot, because sometimes they have too many small children. They have to do this and do that, and they cannot spend as much time as they would want with the other children, and so they're being robbed. And so I want to talk about all of those things that can help for a healthy and a happy, you know, the safe delivery and a happy family. Any questions more? Anything that you would want to talk about? I think I've come to the end of my talk, and all these things, and all we have to ensure that we talk about family planning, and we want to ensure that our mothers, they are exposed to family planning, because they do it at the Georgetown Hospital, so I guess it's done in every part of the country now where deliveries take place, because before the mother comes out, she is asked what choice, because she would have had time to think about that. So they give contraceptives freely in our government institution, and the first vaccine. That is what I know of. And they're being taught a mother shouldn't go in a hospital and come out the same.
Right.
When she goes in and she comes out, she is better equipped with education.
Yes.
Education, because she will have learned so many things that, you know, people been educating her at all levels. In the prenatal ward, in the postnatal ward, in the birthing room. And if the baby had to be in the incubator, then she'll be taught by those doctors and nurses. And so she comes out better equipped and better able to handle her newborn. And as I said before, whatever mothers learn, they share it with the family, and so the whole family gets an education.
Absolutely,
Okay?
yes.
Yes.
So we are done with your presentation, or you want to add anything else before?
Because maybe I may have missed anything. We talk about why mothers die, why babies die. We talk about family planning. I said I could talk more about nutrition.
You know,
And
you know what? Since that I didn't get you to come in live today, what I will probably do on future show, we'll make sure that you will be able to get on the show itself, so that people will get the benefit to see you real, not from the phone. And so what we can do later on, and I'll love to bring you on at least once a month. So and I'll give you the date of every month when you want to come on, so we can really address this in Ghana. We can talk about nutrition, health issue like diet and nutrition. We can talk like depression, suicide after giving birth. So, yeah.
any topic you want me, because I'm all rounded nurse. Not necessarily maternal. Then we could talk about anything. Because I'm all rounded. I'm a general nurse practitioner. And I've been at all levels in nursing, and I forgot to mention I was at the nursing council. I was a part of that before retirement.
Wow.
And even after retirement from 2015 to 2017, and here we make policies for the nursing fraternity in Guyana, and this is the highest level. That any nurse can function in, and it's been a privilege, learning all these things from my other staff there. You've been learning so much to deal with, licensing and exams, and you learn about, how you discipline nurses and how you discipline, whatever. And it has to do with everything about nursing and, whatever we do in this country. And the liaison with people like from the international ICN, International Council of Nurses. And so they liaison with other groups of nurses around the world. And so it's been a pleasure being with you, Ken. To the viewers, I'm so sorry you could not see me. I love to educate people. And I always learn from one of my mentors. I've had a lot. And she used to say, each one, teach one.
Yes.
Why have knowledge and you cannot share it? I am learning myself. When I talk, I learn myself. And I'm talking to myself as well, because it helps me to keep focus, and it helps me to know that I can share my knowledge and I can make somebody happy in getting new knowledge, and they can practice on safety, and they can be better off, because our duty is to save lives. And I would want to believe that I may have touched somebody today, and you must have learned something.
Yes.
And you'll be able to pass it on to your children or your grandchildren. When I heard this on national television, I learned this. I didn't know this, and something you must have learned. And I'm so happy to be speaking, and that I'm hoping men are going to be taking up their roles. And I must say belated, or should I say happy International Men's Day.
Yes.
Because a couple of days I heard people talking about the roles of men, and we still have to. We cannot live without them. And so we have to ensure that we care our men folk, and we treat them just as nice, and to let them know that they are so much needed in our lives. And, we want them to take care of us, because women like to be pampered.
Yes.
Women like to be loved and cuddled and whatever. And we want them to feel good and to know that, they're part of our lives. And to make a family complete, you must have two parents, Of course, we don't want to hear a single parent.
Yeah.
We want to ensure that baby's daddy stay around long enough to see him graduate from university and all of that.
Yeah.
And that he's making himself a name for it, that kind of way. So we want to ensure families stick together. Whatever are the problems in life, whatever, we can work it out. We can work it out through communication and through trusting and, trying to be honest with each other and with ourselves. So thank you so much for listening, and thank you for having me on this show.
Well, Nurse Arjun, to be very honest with you, from coming from a layman and from being a nurse for so many years too, um, I admire your knowledge base. You know so much. You are so articulate. So guess what? I'm glad that you made that commitment to be with me on the Ken Rampersaud Show here on Island Zone Radio to continue this show. Like I said, I'm committed to Guyana and to you so that we can make a difference. Like I said before, it is sad to hear so many women and children dying, um, leaving some baby motherless and so on. So I'm glad that you team up with me. I'm committed to also make you get a good studio, the light up and everything, so we could see you nicely on the TV and our computer and so on. So again, thank you so much. I want you to continue reading, get some good topics that you know that we need in Guyana, and know that Island Zone Radio and on the Ken Rampersaud Show is here for you. I'm gonna take you off now, and then I'm gonna go say hello to some of our viewers. Or if you want to stay on, I could put the phone down so I can get to say hello. You know what? Stay on. Let me get to read some comments from our viewers, what they are saying here. Let me see. I gotta use Gita phone. Hello.
Ken, when I go on to the other side, I see the viewer. I see him too.
Yeah.
I see the view.
Okay, good. So hello to Rowena Lal. Thank you very much. Michael Nalini Naidu. She's giving you a clap, and you have done really well. I'm very impressed with you. Like I said, hello, Ken. I noticed that you are suffering. My allergy is tearing me up. Um, and I'm drinking tea. I'm doing so many things for this. Let me see. Let's see. My sister is watching from Canada. We have people from Canada watching. Let's see. Roxanne Walker Hamilton is watching from Florida. Guava Man, he is an educated guy. He's watching. He said, "Great point. The interior has areas need more health centers and clinics." Let's see who will, and she's putting love Guyana. Sam Khan, who is also doing a great job here in New York, making a difference. Sissy McBill, thanks for watching. Let's see who else we have here. Missy Boo, good to have you on, my dear. My sister Naomi Ramdas is watching. Rima Salim, thanks for watching. Joy Rambran, thanks for watching. Dia Roy, thanks for coming back. I miss you on my show. I hope you can watch. My very good friend, Miss Sheila the Best, thank you very much for watching the show. And she said, I'm watching Real Talk. Well said. So a lot of you guys I didn't get to see because I'm using Gita phone, because I was using the phone to talk to Nurse Arjun back in Guyana. So, tomorrow I have another
I
young.
know lots of people will be watching, but maybe not commenting. I know Dia Roy, since she was a baby,
Oh, really?
lived in her mother's house. She knows me too. And we have been recently connected back. They
Oh,
live in
that's nice.
Canada.
Oh,
My
really?
mommy Dolly was there.
Yeah.
I know she'll be looking, and she's in Guyana right now, Amsterdam. I know all my friends from Gafcona and Connecticut.
Yeah, go ahead.
And again,
Yeah.
I know you'll be watching all my colleagues and all my friends that some of them I sent, I shared with.
Yes.
That I'll be on, and some people from my church. And I want to say a pleasant good night to all of you, and thank you for watching. I hope I've made a little difference in your life, and you have learned a lot. And thank you so much, Ken, for reading those comments to me. But I'll be seeing them for myself too. So thank you.
I love you.
Bye.
I honestly do. Thank you so much.
I love you too.
All right, and
Love you, Ken.
we'll make a difference. I'm coming to Guyana probably for Nurses Week, and we'll do some things. Okay. I'm coming next
Okay,
year for
very
Nurses
well.
Week. Yes. All right. Take it easy
Yes,
and good
okay.
night, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Until join me, guys, tomorrow night. I got a young lady who have been probably doing breastfeeding for many, many years, and so tomorrow I'll be talking a little bit, and she will be talking about breastfeeding. I know Nurse Arjun knows about that too, but I'll get this young lady. So definitely, you guys see Nurse Arjun, so much knowledge. She has a wealth of knowledge, and so together with her, we'll team up together, and we will be sharing to see how best we can help. Let's bring down that death rate of children and parents and mother in Guyana. Let these parents, the mother, go home with that bouncing baby, and we never know what a big difference we can make. I may not see the big difference my show is making until probably I may be dead and gone, but I definitely want to make a big difference. Like I always tell people, I am not perfect, but the little knowledge that I have, um, I want to share it. Just like Nurse Arjun, I love her enthusiasm to share her knowledge with all of us. Thanks for your patience. I see my numbers were still up. And thank you for watching the Ken Rampersaud Show on Island Zone Radio. I have in just a few minutes, will be coming up, Dheeraj Gayaram. Don't come off. Okay. I will be having Dheeraj Gayaram coming on the show. Lord, he is trouble. He is too much. And again, I want look at that boy over there, Miss Arjun. That's Dheeraj Gayaram saying hello to you. The oh, he that boy could shake his waist. So we're not gonna come off the air. He's gonna come join me in studio, and while he talk, he's gonna come switch seats. I'm gonna get myself together, and we'll come back. There's some things I want to say too. So guys, don't go away. Watch. I think we should come back. He should come back. Yeah, Dheeraj is the number one dancer. I always say that. Look at him. So I'll talk to you later, Nurse Arjun. Have a very pleasant evening. Thank you very much. All right.
Thank you so much again.
No problem. I told you it's gonna be easy and nice for you to talk to me. All right. Yes.
I'll make it nice and I'll try and get myself fixed up on the computer.
Yes,
All
man.
right.
That's the way to go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye bye. So yeah, I think we can go. We're gonna come off, and we'll come back with Dheeraj. No. Okay, Dheeraj said he wants to come on back, so he wants to say some things. Let's see. Let's put on a song, and he's gonna come back. Let's see what we're gonna play. Enjoy this, ladies and gentlemen.
I interpreted.
Let's see. I'm trying to get a song for Dheeraj to come on with. Let me see if I can get Sundar Popo a nice Sundar Popo song for him to join on the live. Let's see. You're watching the Ken Rampersaud Show here on Island Zone Radio. You know, my show is aired actually every Sunday afternoon from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. I'll be on most of the week now because, you know, places getting cold, so I wouldn't have to worry that where I have somewhere to go. Okay. Yes, I'm getting my song now come up together. Let's go with.
I never give you headache, I never give you pain, I never give you sorrow.
We all do give somebody pain in our lives.
I never give you headache, I never give you pain, I never give you sorrow, no ill or strain. So listen to me, darling, and listen carefully. Come back to me, honey, so we can be happy.
Oh, my lover, you leave me and you're gone. You leave me and you're gone.
Come back to me, darling, before you'll have to mourn. Me how to love you and not to forget. Don't leave me with a broken heart filled with regret. You teach me how to love you and not to forget. Don't leave me with a broken heart filled with regret. So listen to me, darling, and listen carefully. Come back to me, honey, so we can be happy.
Oh, my lover, you leave me and you're gone. You leave me and you're gone.
afternoon and welcome back to the man himself, Dheeraj Gayaram. He is on the live now. Go ahead, Dheeraj.
Hey, how are you guys on this evening? It's Sunday. It's a wonderful Sunday. I actually just came from performing for my brother, Mr. Buddy Singh. Today's his mom's 85th birthday. So I just came from the Mandiri. I performed two songs for his mom for her birthday. I want to say thank you, Mr. Buddy Singh, for having me. And so now I'm over here by Mr. Ken Prasad because we want to talk about stuff happening in our community. And next week, Saturday, that's December 4th, we're having our big toy drive and Christmas party at Caribbean Island Bar and Lounge right here in Freeport, Long Island. So we want you guys to come out there and support because for a worthy cause, we are collecting toys for the underprivileged kids. So come out there and have fun with us.
And that's a beautiful thing that you guys are doing because you know what? These children, a lot of them cannot afford to buy a toy or a gift. And I was actually thinking of doing something too, on my end.
Well, the reason why I'm here with you tonight is because I got banned from Facebook for a couple of days. And I think
Jesus.
I'll be back on maybe not tomorrow or Tuesday. So once I go back on Tuesday, then I'll be posting my flyers and posting my comments and making writing my poems. I know a lot of people inbox me said they miss my poems.
Oh,
My
really?
lovely, beautiful poems. I'm such a poem writer, awful, awful poem writer.
You are?
I can't. I just talk madness so I can give you a laugh in the morning. My thing is that laughter is the best medicine for any problems you have or any
Right.
sickness. So laughter, why not? So I just make up some crazy poems and I put it on Facebook in the morning.
I
So
see.
when you can read, you can just get a good laugh and go to work feeling happy. That's my objective, to put a smile on your face for the day.
And that's a good thing, Dheeraj.
Yeah.
It's always good to be kind and to be good. And give a
Mhm.
smile in the morning. It's a beautiful day to start your day on a positive note.
Exactly. And I have a lot of Facebook friends and family who inbox me and said they miss my poems and they miss my stupidity. And I just want to say we all have social media to be so we can connect with each other.
Right, right.
And I love to connect and make jokes and just I'm a very happy person, I'm a very jolly person.
Mhm.
And you can see
We know
when I
how
come
you
to your
say.
house, I just be a crazy, right? So that's a real me. Whatever you see is what you get. I don't want to pretend, and I will never pretend actually. So what you see is what you get. And so if you don't see me on Facebook for the past couple of days, it's because I cursed someone out and they banned me from Facebook for 7 days. And the reason why, okay. And this, I wanna maybe you're a very smart guy. You're a nurse, which means you have to be smart. So you tell me if I'm wrong or I right. I think as from now on, I just said in the man there also when I was performing, ask everyone not to go live on Facebook.
Right.
And the reason why, because when we do functions or we do shows, promoters spend a lot of money to hire the artists to get the shows together, and a lot of people don't go and support them because they figure if they stay home they can watch the event or the show for free,
Right, right.
because they figure somebody's going to go live on Facebook and they're going to see the shows. For those of you who live in foreign lands and who live far away, I understand you can't see it, and I apologize for that.
Mhm.
But for those of you who live in the tri-state area, can come to the shows. There's no excuse why you can't come. So I just think I'm going to ask all promoters or anyone who hires me from now on not to go live on Facebook with my performances, because people are so evil, are so mean also. They say some really mean things. And what I don't understand is this video that I have on Facebook for the past, I think it's like 4 or 5 days. Within 4 or 5 days, it has 120, 118,000 views. That says that people are watching.
Mhm.
I have a video on Facebook that has over 2.5 million views
Mhm.
and over 6,000 shares.
Mhm.
There's one video with me and my daughter performing, and that has over 2 million views
Mhm.
and about 10,000 shares.
Right.
So it means people are watching my performances, people are loving it, and there's a one and two persons who have something negative to say. And I'm sorry, but I get very angry when a person who has no intelligence or who has no talent go on my video and make stupid comments.
Yeah.
Now they don't understand the position of camera or the angling of camera, which we understand. I do TV and I know how camera looks and how camera is not supposed to be angled. And then some of these people, they go from the side or they go from a different angle way up in the sky. So you look short, fat, and stumpy. And then from the side, of course, you're pushing your stomach when you're dancing.
Mhm.
So you do look fat. So some people say, oh, you're fat, you're this, you're that. I'm 56 years old. I've been dancing for 46 years.
Mhm.
Next year is going to make 47 years for me performing on stage. And I'm not going to have nobody disrespect when it comes to dancing. So I will defend myself. So I think I told one lady off. And so Facebook said you're banned for 7 days.
Well, I'm so glad that you asked for my input in this. Dheeraj, I have told you after the show that when we in Queens, when you invite me to come and MC for you, one of the things I have to tell you is that you are a very talented dancer. You are really blessed, and I sit there and
You
enjoy.
came to Dheeraj Up Close and Not So Personal,
Right,
the show
right,
we had at the Studio Command there.
right. Yes.
What is your? I mean, you saw me dance a variety of styles of dancing. I was on stage for almost 2.5 hours. What do you think about
and,
that?
and and that's what I'm saying. Not because I know you and we on the radio together, but you are a very talented guy. You can dance and you could really dance. And the thing is that when I look at your videos, I said, look, Dheeraj again, but Dheeraj, you had two videos up where you were dancing, and like you said, there is so much viewership you had on that. If you could get money for that, you would
I'd
make a
be
lot
rich.
of money.
I'd be a rich person, exactly.
Also,
But it's the thing that bothers me is only our own people, our own Guyanese people who puts me down. And it's all there's one and two who I look at their profile and I realize, you know what, these people are illiterate. They have no talent and they're just low class people who has nothing better to do but to put their own people down. If we as Guyanese or as Westerners can support each other, we can actually be on top of the ladder. But because we're not getting our own support from our own people, that's the reason why people tend to put us as Guyanese down because our very own does not even support us.
right, right. That's a true thing too. So, and then the other thing is that we have to be kind with our words. We don't know what our words is, the kind of damage that is doing for people like you and so on. You have feelings. I think that we all have feelings, and when you make those negative comments, I think people should really watch to see that you are a talented guy and a very proud son of Guyana. So that's how I think really people should really watch you and appreciate you from all the things that you have done and the places that you went. You went to India, right? You went in the Caribbean, Trinidad. So
I have toured so many different countries in the world, performed for dignitaries all over the world. Like I said in my Dheeraj Up Close and Personal, if you ever come to one of my shows, like one of those shows, you get to know what my history of dancing. I have won over 150 dancing. I mean, I don't need to explain myself, but I will,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
I have won over 150 dancing competition. I've won all major awards there is to win.
Yes.
I'm the only West Indian dancer to ever be in a Time magazine. I have won the Naya and Daz Award of India. I became the first dancer in 26 years for the Sunshine Awards to be given an award by the Sunshine Awards, recognized for my dancing. So you're telling me after 46 years of me performing all over the world, winning all these competitions and all these awards, there is not a one award I haven't won in dancing except Guyana. The Guyanese don't really recognize me as a. I don't know. The Guyana government has never given me an award, which I really don't care for, anyways.
Mhm.
But because I've been recognized by other countries for what I do,
Mhm.
so my thing is that if I have done all this all these years and won all these awards and all these competitions, you're gonna tell me that I can't dance?
No, you can dance.
You know what I mean? So those people who tend to put me down, you need to evaluate what you're saying because when you go live, when you go on Facebook and you put your comments, it's there for everyone to see. If you have nothing good to say about a person, anything constructive, don't make a negative remark because we're performers. I'm gonna get to me also. There's singers out there who's, oh my God, over 400-500 pounds. There's singers who dress in like bums and go on stage with hoodies, like they just woke up, they haven't taken a shower. There's people going on stage drunk and perform. And then most of them are lip singing. We as dancers, we can't go and pretend to dance. We actually have to dance. If we're well, if we're not well, if we're in a program, we have to go perform.
Mhm.
I can remember dancing in Guyana. I did a couple of dances and one night I had 103 temperature, but I still perform. So
Right.
we as dancers can't go and say we're going to just not dance. We can't lip sing the dancing.
Mhm,
Like
mhm.
most singers could go and lip sing a song.
Right.
So give us credit for what we do as dancers and don't put us down because you can't do what we are doing. So if you can't do what I'm doing, don't put me down because I will respond to you accordingly.
Mhm.
And that's what I've been doing to a couple of them on Facebook. And that's why I got banned for 7 days.
Well, Dheeraj, I want to tell you this, as a friend and you're a talented guy. You know what? You have to now look at these commenters. You know what? It reflects the person who is really writing these comments of who they really are
Exactly.
and not you.
Exactly.
So,
And there's one guy in Long Island, an older guy. He at 1:42 a.m. in the morning, he's watching my videos and making all these rude comments. What are you doing watching my videos at 1:42 in the morning? It tells me you something is really wrong with you. As an older guy watching my video at 1:42 a.m. But
yeah.
see, when you give them the answer, people say you're rude, but you're not being rude. You're defending yourself because if I have done so much over the years and I have one and two low lives who's putting me down, I will respond because I know I shouldn't let it bother me.
Yeah.
But I'm doing this for other performers who's out there who don't want to say nothing. I will say because I'm sorry, I have a mouth, and I will respond accordingly.
Yeah, yeah. But like I said, I want you to grow.
I have grown a
I
lot.
want you to
I
grow
have
and
grown.
not to beat anybody up. Because like I said, what people say, it reflect what how they're feeling, and it's not you. We all know that you are, and I read the comments. I read all the comments because I was driving like.
Out of 1,000 comments, only 4 was bad, and I just that got under my skin because the 4 people when you look at their profile, you realize, oh my God, he's a bunch of low lives. You know what I mean?
Well, the other thing is that the good thing is that I went as I was driving and I see these comments. I delete all of them.
No, I want you to let's stay right there so people can see what trash we're dealing with.
No, I delete them.
But
because-
listen, I just want to say to everyone who so have supported me over the years, thank you all so much. And to everyone who will continue to support me, thank you so much. And I want you guys, Guyanese, to go out there and support your own because we are considered the bottom of the barrel in the entertainment industry. And we shouldn't because we have great talent.
Yeah.
If only our own would support us, we can continue doing what we're doing and making Guyanese proud. Like, I always admire Mr. Terry Gadget. He's been there as long as I have been there performing, and he's maintained a standard of excellence. He carries himself, he dresses well, and he's always on point when he goes to do a function or a performance.
Mhm.
And I think I've been doing that over the years also. I'm
Right,
always put together. My costumes are A1, my performance is good. And then when you go live and somebody put a camera from a different angle and make you look fat, of course, people say, oh, you're short and fat. No, you're not there. You're not there to see what I look like in person. Watching a video on a live or watching me live in person, it's two different things altogether.
And I want to say, and Roxanne says the right thing. She says, with all your achievements, why let 3 out of zillion brother bothers you? And I agree with that.
I know it doesn't bother me, but I just want them to know they shouldn't be doing that because we as Guyanese have to support each other. Like, in the music industry, Guyanese are not considered anything besides Mr. Terry Gajraj, and we had one guy, Vikari, sing you're going to leave whatever song he sang. But Guyanese are not considered, Trinidad isn't considered the best in the business because why? They support each other.
Yeah.
If only Guyanese would just support their own and let us shine because we have talent. We
Yes,
have
yes.
great talent, but just because our Guyanese put down our fellow Guyanese.
Yes, and let me say hello to DJ Feroz from New York, a great guy. Anita says, "Yeah, you tell it like it is. Don't let anyone put you down. You are a fabulous dancer." Um, let's see, Michael Nalini Naidu. You know what? I was thinking about, Naidu, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I think we should give them a ticket for all the show free.
Because they always come and support
And-
everything. And I want
yeah.
to say thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
Michael and Naidu and your wife.
Yes,
Because
yes.
you always buy a ticket and you always support us. And thank you so much. And to everyone who's been supporting us over the years, I want to say thank you guys so much.
Yeah, and they always dress up nice and so
Yeah,
on.
they're
So-
always well put together.
Oh,
They're
God,
always
tell-
well put together.
Yeah. So I think that we should all give them a free ticket now and again to go. And
To the
because they
events, yeah.
support us,
Yeah.
they dance, they come and I'm so happy that they get backstage pass to all the shows.
And they make sure to get a photograph with you
Yeah,
every
yeah,
time.
yeah,
And I
I
like
like
that.
that.
I
Yeah,
like that. I like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
So yes, you see, great minds think alike. And she's saying, Michael is saying, hello, Dheeraj. So yeah, we got Anita Rampersaud is watching too. We got Darcy Bin is watching. Anita Diaram is watching from Canada. Charla Sarup is watching. So yeah, I want to really tell you, Dheeraj, you have been through a lot of things in life as a male dancer, may I say, and you have weathered the storm.
For 4 to 6 years, I've better bit. And you know what gets to me is the older you get, the more they're throwing the dirt, and it's making me laugh because I'm like, I'm 56 years old. I'm dancing for 4 to 6 years, and you're still throwing dirt at me. There's nothing you can say to me I haven't heard over the years. Tell me something I haven't heard before. But don't say I can't dance because that I take offensively. Say I'm fat. Say I'm old. It's okay, but don't say I can't dance because I have done it all in the world of dancing. I've won it all in the world of dancing. And a person who can dance will never achieve those.
Well, the truth of the matter, I had a long trip last week, and I probably watched your dance about 15 times.
You know what made me laugh too? The video they're talking about, right? It has over 118,000 views in less than 4 days. I'm like, really? 100? And then one of my videos I did in the backyard at one of my friend's birthday party when I danced Gunga Gana for the first time, over 2.5 million views and over 6,000 shares. So it means I am doing something positive.
But my question to you is, where you get the energy to dance this song? And you dance something 2 songs, 3 songs, 4 songs.
You have to love what you do. Like you
Back
came to
to back.
Dheeraj, you came to Dheeraj up close and not so personal this street to
Right.
Monday, right? I did a couple of dances back to back, and I did so many costume changes, and I was on stage for almost 2.5 hours. The thing is that when you love what you do,
Mhm.
and you just want to keep doing it, you get the energy from God. Just give you that energy, because everybody said, God, give me a talent. And I know God has given me a talent,
Oh
because
yeah, you are blessed.
I can dance anything you throw at me. I can just do it. So you tell me what kind of song you want me to dance, I can just dance it. So I think I was blessed by God to perform, and God gave me that energy and that strength to keep
Mm.
going, because I can. The night I danced for 2.5 hours, and I can go for another 2.5 hours.
Oh really?
Yeah, I can keep dancing all night. The only thing, I sweat a lot, which everybody know I sweat a lot when I dance, because I dance from the inside.
All right.
When you dance from the inside, you give it your all, you will sweat.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
I see Dolores Sigobin, who is in Hartford City, Connecticut. She said you are a great dancer. And let me see. Let's hear what Feroz says. Dheeraj, don't worry about people. Just keep doing what you do. No need to prove to anyone. I run out of breath. Watch you dancing. It is so true. We all
One person said to me when I was finished dancing today, right? She said, "Just watching you, I'm tired."
yeah.
Because I don't know, I get the energy and I can keep going and going, but then I know what it is. There's only so much you could do in one night. But I love to dance, and I think I'm good at. I'm not going to boast or brag, but I have done it all I've ever wanted to do in life, and coming to dance, and I've done it all. So what else is left for me to do but just entertain right now? So to all you negative people who watch and who have nothing better to say, but there's also some artists who make up some fake profile just to,
Really?
yes, they do that in this business, just to go on your page and bash you, because they can bash you with their own profile. So to those artists, you know what? If you were good, you wouldn't be doing that. So I just want to say hats off to everyone who tries, hats off to all the one who succeed, and hats off to all of you who copy, because you know why? It's always good to be a leader. And I've been a leader all my years. I've been a leader. So all of you who's trying to copy me and copy my choreography, my dance moves and everything. One guy sent me a video with a guy trying to be like me and dancing all my moves. And I felt so proud, because here's somebody trying to be me. And that says a lot.
That's right.
Yeah.
I see Masood Salim is watching. Priya Prasad is watching all the way from Guyana. Roxanne says, and your mom is still looking at you.
My mom is always looking at me. She is, because you know the thing about my mom, and I miss her a lot. And I just want to say, she will call me on a daily basis wherever she is. Bye, aren't you gonna call me? Like, she liked to hear my crazy jokes.
Right.
I know how I like talk
You are
wickedness,
crazy.
right? And
You're
I'm
crazy.
crazy, right? I'm being on the phone with her and make her laugh. And I enjoy doing it with my mom, because my mom is very open with us. We can speak about anything, and I love to play with her boobs and everything. When I go
Right,
there,
right,
I put my hand in her bra and I play with her boobs. She's like, "Bye." So that's my mom. I can I can be.
right.
That's what my two daughters have with me. They said, "Father, when you are around us, we can be ourselves." Like
Right.
recently, it was my daughter Nikita's birthday, so we went to dinner, lunch. Me and my two girls alone. They said, "Father, we just want us alone, because we want to sit there and just talk and just be father and daughter, and we have that same bond my mom and I had." So I'm happy to say I have two daughters who love me, and there's nothing in the world a person could say about me that they don't already know about me. So whatever person say about me, they already know it already.
One of the things that I admire about you and your daughters, and you guys are so close, and you're setting the tone. You say exactly every time I hear you talk about your daughters, how you love them, how you care for them. You will give them your last breath. And you know what went through my mind the other day, and I'm glad I'm telling you
Mhm.
this now. I wanted to interview Nikita one day,
Mhm.
or both of your daughters, to talk about daddy. You talk so much about your daughters. I want to hear what they're going to talk
You
about
know,
now.
one day my daughter said to me, there's Anisha, the small one, right? She said to me, "Father, I'm tired sharing you with the world."
Aw.
She said, "It's about time we just have you to ourselves." And I said, "Well, to be honest, I don't know if that's ever going to happen, because as
Right.
long as I'm on stage, you will have to share me with the world, and you're going to listen to positive things and negative things."
Right.
And that's why I get me mad, because my two daughters are grown, and I
Right.
don't want them to see these negative things that people are saying,
Right.
which is not true.
Right.
So that's why I respond accordingly, let them know, you know what? I am not scared of anybody.
Right.
I'm not scared of what you have to say about me, because they say one lie you tell 1,000 lies to cover the one lie.
Yeah.
When you see me, I speak the truth. The truth is always the truth. when you speak the truth, you don't have to tell. You don't have to worry about not remembering, because the truth will always be the truth.
You don't have to defend the truth. my brother.
Exactly. And I'm a good dancer. That's all I have to say. I know I'm
You
a good
are?
dancer.
You know you are.
And that's the truth.
Doreen Can is watching us from Canada. Dan Lorenz is watching. Let's see, we have again. Priya is watching. Yes, Ken, great idea. I invite. Yeah, we should talk to her. I'm gonna ask if he can get her to come and talk to her and see. It's good to hear.
What's the funny part? I'm planning a wedding now for my daughter.
Oh, really? Hope we get your invite.
I'm planning my little daughter wedding next year. So I don't know. It's like I have a dancing career. I have a job. I teach my dance classes. I have my adult classes also. I have an adult class in the evenings.
Oh no.
I have my dance classes for kids, and I have an adult class we call Dancercise, where the ladies come and they learn a few moves. We dance, we sweat, we talk craziness, and we de-stress ourselves.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
That's a good thing, because I like to laugh. You know how me my crazy jokes, right? So we have a good laugh, and then so I'm always so busy, and I try to keep myself busy, because I think an idle mind is a devil's workshop.
That's right.
Don't leave me alone, because if you leave me alone for long hours, I'm gonna do crazy stuff.
All right, let's go to a song, Nani. Let's go for a song. Get your breath. I mean, I know you don't even need to take any breath.
I could talk for 10 hours.
Really?
नाना नानी घर से निकले, धीरे धीरे चलती है, मधुरा के दुकान में दोनों जाके बैठ.
And yes, I do like roti. I just saw the comment. Yes, I do like roti from Roti Paradise.
उतर जैसे पानी, 40 वाइन और गिल्बी वाइन खरी रे मेरी नानी. आगे आगे नाना चले, नानी going behind. Nana drinking white wine, Nani drinking wine. आगे आगे नाना चले, नानी going behind. Nana drinking white wine, Nani drinking wine. Nana riding bicycle and Nani ringing bell. Nani lock the handle, they fall inside a well. Nana riding bicycle and Nani ringing bell. Nani lock the handle, they fall inside a well. When Nana so damn careless, don't let Nani down. And the dog saying, keep on boy, keep hold on to my one. Aage aage Nana chale, Nani going behind. Nana drinking white wine, Nani drinking wine. Nana smoking tobacco and Nani cigarette. The rain started falling, both of them get wet. Nana smoking tobacco and Nani cigarette. The rain started falling, both of them get wet. Then Nani tell me Nana was mana feeling cold. Give me some white fun to warm up my soul. Aage aage Nana chale, Nani going behind. Nana drinking white fun, Nani drinking wine.
right, welcome back to the Mr. Ken Rampersaud Show. My name is Dheeraj. I'm here, Mr. Ken Rampersaud. The funny part is I've known this guy not too long ago, but we have become such good friends. We always talk on the phone. I have so many questions about him being a nurse, and if I figure I need to ask something, I always call him. So we become really good friends. So not only is he a radio host, and someone asks if there's any more DNA radio program. Actually, there is. It's just that myself and Logic is trying to find a time that suits us.
Yeah.
And most of the time is gone on Island Zone Radio. So we will be back in the air. But just give me a few, because right now Logic is busy with his girlfriend. And the person is dating and they're going through that phase. But I'm trying to find a suitable time that suits me, because on Sundays I teach my dance classes, 2 dance classes. And then on Saturdays I do my performances for parties and shows and functions. So it's kind of tough. So let me see. And then during the week I work. So it's kind of tough. So, but DNA show will be back on, and just give us a few steps so we can figure things out.
Yeah, when he was sick with COVID, he'd be calling me every day. So that's a good thing. And you're not the only one that calls me all the time. I'm so close with so many other people. Just I don't go out there and talk about people business, right?
Well, you should. No, I'm just joking.
So, I'm lucky that so many people trust me to tell me what's going on with them sometimes, especially when they're sick.
Exactly.
And that's why I have my show. You know what I'm saying? If I don't know the answer, I'll definitely find out what's going on.
There's a doctor on Liberty Avenue. We call him the Google doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So one day I wonder why is people going to him, and he sits there in his computer and he was telling me his symptoms. He just Googles it and say, "Oh, you have this, you have this."
Wow.
And I'm figuring, why do I need a doctor if I can just Google the answer?
But you will need to get a prescription if medication.
Well, that's the only thing I need a prescription. Yeah. So I can just call myself Dr. Dheeraj, Dr. Dheeraj Gairam. I have some prescription.
You could get a doctor in dancing, so which is a good thing.
Who said I don't have one?
All right. So talk to me. I know that you're doing a toy. Are you the one who's doing the toy drive?
Yeah, myself in collaboration with DJ Fest Island Zone Radio, we're doing a toy drive at Caribbean Island and Freeport, Long Island on December 4th. Saturday, December 4th, we're collecting unwrapped toys for all the underprivileged kids. And then we're going to have a Christmas party. We're going to have singing. Well, I'll be doing a live performance, but it's not a dead performance. It's a live performance. Somebody said, "Oh, we're performing live." We have to perform live.
Right.
We're not dead.
And that's a good thing.
We are going to have live performances by I'll be there performing. We have Farouk. We have Shamiza. We have Rashid Bakas. We have Balaika. We have Tusif. We have Saman, Kayla, Ariana, DJ Logic, Bibi, and DJ Fest. It's going to be an awesome evening. Come out there and have fun with us. Wear your Christmas clothes. Wear your best Christmas outfit. And let's have some fun, because it's good to let loose sometimes and just forget about all the worries. Who want to talk, who want to say whatever. Just let go and have fun and be all for a worthy cause. Because everything we receive or collect that day or that evening is going to go towards the underprivileged.
That's a beautiful thing. I was thinking if I should do something for Christmas too, for some kids in Guyana and some kids here too.
So if we collect enough toys, maybe you can take some to send to whoever you want to give it to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So guys, come out there in large numbers and if you don't want to go to Freeport, Long Island, and give your presents or your donations, you can call me 718-850-7952, and I can tell you where to drop them off, because we can always pick it up from there and take it where we have to take it.
Absolutely. And that's a good thing that you guys are doing.
But we are asking for unwrapped toys, because we want to see what you're giving us, because some people, they bring stuff that has mud in it.
Oh, Lord,
and stuff they have in the backyard for years and years. No, we want new toys, new unwrapped toys, so we can see what you're giving us.
Yes. And that's a good thing to do,
Yeah.
too, I see Yanison Duncan is watching. Indra C. Prasad, thank you very much for watching. This half is Dheeraj Show.
Well, we're supposed to be calling this show Dheeraj, the DNA TV show, radio program, but I told Mr. Ken Rampersaud to stay on with me and let's make it inform you guys about stuff, because it's more like a beer chat in here. We don't have a DJ,
Right.
so you really can't mix music, and I'm not a DJ. He's not a DJ. You know what DJ stands for, right? Not disc jockey, something else.
What?
I can't say it on the air. Can
Okay.
I?
No.
Oh no, I can't.
You can misbehave, but
I can say a poem and make it a poendo, right?
you can?
I'm just joking. So guys, come out there on Saturday, December 4th to Freeport, Long Island, Caribbean Island Restaurant and Lounge. We start receiving toys, unwrapped toys from 4 o'clock, but the doors open at 6 for the party, and the party starts at 9. We're going to have live performances, dancing, singing, and we're going to have a MC, we're gonna have DJ, and guys, you're gonna have a blast. If you were there for Fest's Bollywood Hangama show, but it's something like that. But we're gonna have more of a crazy time. So come out there and have fun because it's Christmas time.
So, Dheeraj, supposing people don't have give, but they want to give money now.
We'll take anything they give us because whatever they give us is going to go towards the needy, the underprivileged.
Yes, yes.
Because we have done this over the years, but then for the past 2 years we haven't because of COVID, and then the year before something happened and we couldn't do it. But we
Yes.
used to have this a lot.
Really?
And we used to receive a lot of toys and a lot of donation, and all we would send to Ghana. But then one year
Really?
we sent a lot of stuff to Ghana, but the person never gave it to the people, and
What?
or how they were selling them.
What?
So we decided not to send to Ghana anymore, but to give it right here where people can see. We can go take a photograph and say, listen, this is where your stuff went to. This is where your money was being spent. So people can see what we're doing.
Yes, yes.
You know what I
absolutely.
mean?
Yes, yes.
So that's what we're collecting for this year. So please come out there in large numbers. The place is a very small place. It really can't hold a lot of people. So if you want to come
And drop your gift
and
off?
drop your give off, if you want to stay and party, call me 718-850-7952. It's a small donation for admission because we are using the money for a worthy cause.
And that's a good thing. You know, it's so important that, and it's so good, and it feels good to make a difference in someone's life. You know, someone who doesn't have a Christmas gift or can't afford a dinner. You know, it's a good thing, and it's a great cause. So, guys, if you want to make any donation, please go right ahead and make a donation to call Dheeraj, and he will hook you guys up. You know.
Exactly. And I know when we had the Sri Durgamande show, we raised a lot of money. I just want to say thank you to all the singers, all my dancers, the MC, and the sponsors, everyone, because every penny we raised from that event went towards the Sri
And they
Durgamande.
get a lot of money.
And they get a lot of money. They made a lot of money. We're not going to say, but my performances was free. My dances were free. Logic was free. The MCs were free. The singers were free. So the entire show was put together by yours truly. And every penny we raised went towards the Sri Durgamande. So I just want to say thank you to all my singers, dancers, MCs, and DJs, and the sponsors who came along to help make this happen. And you know what it is? I think working with me is stress-free because I know exactly what I want and what I want to do and how I want my program to be. And like you said, my two daughters was there. They were there hand and foot with me. They know exactly what I'm doing, and they know once I get dressed and I'm ready to go on stage, not to bother me.
Uh-huh.
And they tell everyone, well, don't bother him right now. He's in his zone. Because as an artist, you want to be in that zone. Like if I have to go perform, if you ever see me backstage, I have to be in a corner, like a little quiet corner by myself for a couple of minutes before I go on stage. I can compose myself because I don't want to go on stage and be thinking, okay, what is this? You know what I mean? Because I've done so many performances over the years, so many dances, so many mixes that I have to remember what mix am I dancing right now? What am I doing?
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, so I have to go in a corner
Focus.
and focus before I go on stage. So they know once my costume is on, I'm in my zone.
Really?
My daughters them know that, and not to bother me for anything at all because they know when I'm in my zone, I'm in my zone.
You know, I wonder if that's a normal thing because even to when I'm on the radio here, I'm very focused. I
Exactly.
don't want to be bothered
Exactly.
either. And even
Exactly.
if and sometimes they knock spoon and all kind of thing in the house,
And it's a distraction.
and it distract me.
And then your wife cooks such beautiful, tasty food, and she's cooking all this delicious food.
Jesus.
And I'm walking, I'm salivating. I'm like, okay.
All right, you can eat after this. History.
But you know, I'm trying to be a vegetarian. I didn't tell you,
You
right?
are?
I'm trying to go become a vegetarian. What do you call a person who eat egg but don't eat meat?
Jesus. Well, a vegan?
A vegan.
Well,
Because I
don't
can
know.
eat seafood, all right?
You can?
I think I can, yes.
You can, yeah. You
So I'm
eat whatever
eating
you want to
fish.
eat.
I'm eating seafood but no meat.
You know, Dheeraj, I got to tell you this.
That's a seafood diet.
You can eat anything you want to eat, but in moderation.
In moderation, yeah. But you know what it is, though? I find that I've been eating so much meat over the years. That I want to just stay away from meat for a few and just try it. Because I love to eat vegetables.
Mhm.
So let me focus on eating vegetables. Like I just came from Buddy's mom's 85th birthday.
Right.
And they had dal and rice and 7 curry. And you guys know I like my belly, right? I know Roti Pardes is missing me right now because I haven't been there today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I had the food that the man there. The food was so good. Oh my God, I sat there, me and BB Tune from
Right.
Caribbean Island
Yes.
and DJ Fest, and all of us were sitting there and we were eating. And she's like, "Are you gonna eat all that food?" I said, "Watch me."
But seriously, you eat all the food?
Of course I did.
Jesus Christ.
I asked myself, "Can you put a little of everything?" You know, when I got 7 curry turned to be a whole big plate, right?
Yeah.
But a whole lot of dal and the achar. Oh my God, it was so good. So then I had some kheer afterwards.
Here?
I had some parsad, sweet
Oh,
rice,
oh, okay.
and had some parsad afterwards. So you know me and my belly.
Yeah, Annie, thanks for watching the show. Daisy Prasad, thank you. Barry Sanatar, thank you very much for watching the show. Yeah, so I'm so glad that you guys are arranging something for this year, Christmas for the kids.
Yes, I hope you guys come out there December 4th. That's Saturday, December 4th at Caribbean Island Bar and Lounge in Freeport, Long Island. And guys, come have fun with us. And you'll see me in person. You know, I'm not as fat as I look in that video. Do you know I detest a person make me look fat because you see me in person in that show when I dance. I'm right next to you, my fat.
You know what surprised me when I saw you the first time? I think on the boat
And
ride.
the boat ride, you
Yeah,
said to me you thought I was a
I
big
thought you
person.
were a big person, but you're a little piece of man.
I'm little. I'm 165, 5'8".
Yeah,
So
you
I'm
were.
not fat.
Yeah, I told you. Remember I told you that?
Yeah, he
I said
thought I was fat.
you look like a little boy there. What?
Yeah, and he thought I was a big guy, like fat. Like even when I went to Ghana this year, May, to do to record a show for Mr. Randy Reckless for Reckless Production. I was in a recording. We were doing a live recording in the morning for the TV show and everything else. And then he sent this guy to pick me up from the airport. See, he told the guy, oh, he's an older fat guy.
What?
So and the guy came to the airport. Sorry. And he's looking for me. I'm right there, but he didn't expect me because he said he was told as an older fat guy, and he was looking. I had to call. I called Randy. Said, Randy, I'm waiting in front of the airport, and I don't know where the driver is. He said, let me give you his number. So he gave me his number, and I called the guy, and the guy was right next to me. I said, are you? And the guy's like, yeah. I said, I'm Dheeraj. He's like, you're Dheeraj? He said, you're not fat, you're not old. And I started laughing. I said, why? He said, because it's an old fat guy I had to pick up. When he saw me, he's like, "Oh my God, you don't look nothing like what it said." And then when I went there, of course, camera adds pongs on to you.
Right.
So when people see me, they're like, "Oh, you're not fat." And then when you video broadcast your video, you do look fat.
Mhm.
So guys, you have to see me in person to realize I'm not as fat as people say I am. I'm chubby, but I'm not fat.
And the chubbiness doesn't
The
hold you
chubbiness
back.
works because when I first came to this country, I was 135.
Mhm.
Everybody was like, oh, Dheeraj going to be a dancer on stage. We needed to see the guys with some meat on them. So please go eat a lot of potatoes and a lot of chicken so you can gain some weight. And then when I put the weight on, they're like, oh my God, you're so fat.
Oh Lord.
So you can't please people. Just please
You know, and
yourself.
that's why you have to change your mindset. How are you going to deal with these people?
But I have over the years not to be bothered. But this one bothered me because for some reason you have no concept of cameras of where the angle is or what you're watching it from. If you're watching from a side angle and a front angle is two different angles altogether, higher, lower, or in line with the person. Because we work in TV production, we know about angling, we know about
Mhm.
cameras. So when a person just put a camera on the side and throw it on and go live, that's why I'm gonna ask our promoters from now on when I'm go on stage, please turn the camera away and just focus on the audience. Don't focus on my performance if they
But
haven't
people,
paid.
but people still want to see you dance there.
They want to see me dance. If you live in a tri-state area, pay your money and come and see me. If you live far away, but I can just ask me to send you inbox your video, a copy of the video,
Mhm.
which I will do to some people. I've been inboxing them copies of videos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing that a lot over the years, so I can do it now. But for those of you who have nothing good to say about all negative things, because of the few of you, I feel sorry for the rest.
Mhm. Well, you do what you got to do too. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? If people are making you uncomfortable or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, we have to be together, and when people make these comments, we just delete them.
Exactly. But guys, don't forget next week, Saturday, December 4th, at Caribbean Island Lounge and Bar in Freeport, Long Island. We're going to have an awesome Christmas party. We're collecting unwrapped toys for the underprivileged. We're going to have performances by yours truly. We have to Seth. He's a really amazing young singer from Guyana.
Yeah.
I had the
Yeah.
privilege of hearing him sing at Fest's show
Right.
at Bollywood Hangama. He's really good. So we're gonna have him. We have Farouk. We have Shamiza. We have Rashid Bacchus. We have Belaika. We have Saman. We have Kayla, Ariana, DJ Logic, BB, and DJ Fez. Guys, it's a good lineup. Come out there, bring in a rap talk and pay to come in and have a time with us because we're gonna have a good time. And it's Christmas season. It's time to live in and enjoy. Let loose and have an awesome time. And wear something red, green, whatever Christmas colors you want to wear. If you don't want to wear Christmas colors, wear whatever you want to wear, and let's have an awesome time. Are you going to be there, Mr. Ken?
I don't know yet. I'm so busy. I don't know. Look at him.
Here we are talking about people supporting each other, and he's telling me he don't know us yet. What kind of friend are you?
I can support in different ways.
No, you can come and bring a toy, not the toy you have at home, but you can buy one from the store.
You are too much. You are too much. You're too much. This bike bad. This bike can put people in trouble.
So, do you want to play a song now?
I could get another song, but just go ahead and talk, and
And guys, we do have a dancer-size class for adults. If you're an adult and live in the tri-state area and would like to come on one of my dancer-size classes, give me a call at 718-850-7952. And if you have a kid who would like to learn professional dancing, call me, because the Gunguru's Dance Academy is now accepting dancers. No one's,
you are?
and yeah, we have a dance class for new kids. So come out there, and the dance classes are free for kids, but adults have to pay a small something. So bring your kids out and learn, because hey, dancing is good for the mind, body, and soul, right? They say active mind keeps you active, right?
Absolutely.
So I think dancing is one of the best forms of exercise. And if I'm sad, I dance. If I'm happy, I'm dance. No matter what I do, I dance. So I just love to dance. And if you love to dance, you'll be happy as I am, because I'm always smiling with my fake teeth.
तुम साथ हो जिंदगी भर के लिए Yo, this here is the music boss, Mr. Raymond. To my fans, everybody. तुम साथ हो जिंदगी भर के लिए From me to you, तुम साथ रहना जिंदगी भर तुम साथ हो जिंदगी भर के लिए तुम साथ रहना जिंदगी भर तुम साथ हो जिंदगी भर के लिए The magic, the love, the energy. कुछ मेरे रंग हो, कुछ तेरी सरगम, फिर क्या खुशी क्या गम. सबसे अलग है, सबसे जुदा, तेरा मेरा संगम. कुछ मेरे रंग हो, कुछ तेरी सरगम, फिर क्या खुशी क्या गम. सबसे अलग है, सबसे जुदा, तेरा मेरा संगम. तुम साथ हो जिंदगी भर के लिए. Let's get lost together, feel so surreal, as I want forever in this daydream. And I feel like this is quite alright. तुम हो सुबह में पहली किरण, मन से बंधा है मन. Let's dance. दूर भी हो तो दूर नहीं है, इतने पास है हम. हो तुम हो सुबह में पहली किरण, मन से बंधा है मन. दूर भी हो तो दूर नहीं है, इतने पास है हम. हो तुम साथ हो जिंदगी भर के लिए. Can't live without you.
All right, welcome back to the Ken Rampersaud Show. My name is Dheeraj, alongside Mr. Ken Rampersaud. And guys, we just want to remind you guys to come out on Saturday, December 4th, Caribbean Island in Freeport, Long Island, for our annual, well, I would call it annual because we always do it, but this for the past years we haven't. So our toy drive and Christmas party. And please bring an unwrapped toy and come out there and have fun with us. We have some awesome singers and dancers performing live for you guys over there with DJ music by DJ Fest and DJ Logic. For any information, call me at 718-850-7952. Or you can watch me on Spectrum TV every Saturday from 5 p.m. And guys, I always play crazy stuff on my TV show. And I think I'm going to get in trouble one day, like you said, because I'm a very plain speaker. So whatever I say, I have whatever I believe in, or whatever I feel, or whatever I think, I say it out loud.
That's right, Camila Balkaran. Thank you for watching. And Sharon Tiwari, good to have you on. And Chandra Bridge, good to have you on. Our one of our good viewers, Nirmati Dat from Canada, is watching, always supporting the different shows. Dato, thanks for watching. Halima Khan, good to have you on. Vicky Bandu, good to have you on. Pulmati Yankaran, good afternoon, good night. Ani Ramdani, good evening. Daisy Prasad, good evening. And Barry Sanachar.
All right. So to everyone watching right now, I want to say happy Sunday. And whatever it is you guys, and I'm so happy you took the time out to watch us, Mr. Ken Rampersaud.
Yeah,
And myself, I want to say hi to every one of you.
Yes, yes. It's good to have you on. And I'm so glad you came to to talk a little bit about your toy drive and so on. And again, how can people donate to your thing?
Yeah, if you don't want to come out to Long Island, Freeport, Long Island, to make a donation or to give a toy or to be part of a event, you can donate. And just call me 718-850-7952. You want to give some toys or whatever. And then we're going to take it and donate it to someplace. And we're going to take photographs and you guys see whatever you give to us is being used for a worthy cause. So if you want to come out to the show, it's on December 4th in Freeport, Long Island. We're going to have a Christmas party. Come on here and have fun because we have dancers, we have Kayla, we have Ariana, I'll be dancing. We have music by DJ Fest, DJ Logic, to the best DJs around. We have songs by Two Said, we have Saman, we have Balaika, we have Rashid, we have Farouk. We have so much going on. So you come there, you have a drink, you bring an unwrapped toy, but you have to pay to come in because the money is being used for a worthy cause.
Oh, really?
And
Okay, good.
and also you're gonna enjoy a great Christmas party because we're all about laughing and smiling, and we're all about family and having a good time. So come out there and enjoy because Christmas is a time for giving. Why not put a smile on some underprivileged kid's face?
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I totally agree with you, Dheeraj. And I hope that we get good support for this.
I hope we do get good support for this, and I hope you guys come out. So remember, my number is 718-850-7952. If you want to be part of it, or you want to make a donation, whatever it is you want to do, call me. And guys, I hope to see a lot of you there on Saturday, December 4th in Freeport, Long Island for our toy drive and Christmas party.
That's right. That's right.
And if you want to hear me sing a parang, you got to come there.
You can sing. I thought you
If
would
I sing, I close the show.
Oh, Jesus. Well, guys, thanks for watching the Ken Rampersaud Show. And Dheeraj, it's good to have you on. Until next week.
Next time, I'm not cutting you. Next time we have a show, Mr. Ken Rampersaud have a show. He promised I'm going to be the sign language reader. So whenever he has a guest on, I'll be at the back and I'll be doing the sign language to let you guys see what they're saying. So I'll be the sign language interpreter next time.
I'm glad that you know sign language. Yes. All right, guys, have a good evening and then sleep well and have a good week. Until don't forget, join me tomorrow evening. I'll have a show on breastfeeding babies.
You see, I could have interpreted that so well. I could have showed the sign language for that so well. I could have shown the sign language for that so well. But you didn't want to have me there tomorrow night.
Know, yeah.
Okay, I'm working tomorrow
night. Then we will have to probably get a baby and just suck your breast.
But anyway, guys, see you guys on December 4th in Freeport for our annual toy drive and Christmas party. My name is Dheeraj, and thank you for having me. And to everyone, hey, have a happy Sunday.
All right, Dheeraj. Thanks again.
Bye-bye.
Take it easy. Bye, guys.